Alright, hello everyone! Welcome back to Genshin Impact. Welcome back to Fontaine, where we are going to be continuing on with some more catch-up story quests today. And the next one in our lineup is Emilie. And so Emilie is a character that I think only appeared at the end of the Fontaine updates. She's a perfumer who I think lives a double life as, a crime scene investigator. Because, of course, the chemistry knowledge you might need could cross over for both. I guess that's what they're saying. And from what I saw, I remember from the trailer way back, as I think she does go to Sumeru in this one. So I'm very curious to see what we're going to learn about Emilie in this story quest. And without further ado, once again, to just get started on things here, here we go. It's time for us to do Emilie's story quest, Floral Blood Dew. Okay. That certainly is a name for a quest. Oh, it is indeed in Sumeru. Alright, without further ado, let's get going then. Go to Port Ormos. So how are you all doing? I don't know, the plane ride down from the bridge of Port Ormos down to the base always seems to take a bit. So does loading in of the texture on the sail here. But don't worry, it'll load in. It will load in. It will load in, right? No, I just be stuck with a fuzzy... Oh my gosh, clickety-click, we gotta talk to Susan! No way, it's been so long! Susan! Yes, I'd love to take vacation photos with you here for the millionth time! Yes, 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 yes! I would love to take a vacation photo for you. It's funny, because when you do this commission, you can just, this, like, random quest. I wonder why they stopped putting in random quests. Like, they were fun little things you could run into. You can just take the picture with the traveler completely photobombing her. But I don't want to. I want to take a good picture of her here with the arch. Which is obviously why I didn't include the arch. I faced down towards the ground instead. Yeah, that's what happened. My beauty is indeed as radiant as ever, even more so than before, I'd say. Oh, you and your silver tongue. Still, thank you, traveler. Come, this is your reward for pictures of me. Here you go. Yay. I don't know why they stopped adding these in. They were fun. Alright. Now, let's get started. Tainari! Tainari, long time no see. I'm sorry, I've ignored the gourmet supremos over there for too long.
To retain moisture before applying the film. You can't treat a glaze lily like a cactus. If Sanjay does this again, the loss will have to come out of his food expenses.
No!
I'll go talk to him. At this rate, he won't even be able to afford eating cacti for much longer.
What's up? Long time no see. Actually, hasn't been that long, but it's been kind of long.
Two. It's been a while. What brings you to Port Ormos?
I mean, it was last update for us, because since we just played Truth Amongst the Pages of Piranha. But yeah, it's been a while.
What's with all the flowers around here?
Well, Port Ormos is currently organizing a flower exhibition featuring flowers and plants from all over Teyvat, so I came to help out. The exhibition includes flowers from every corner of the world, each with their own unique properties and needs. With that in mind, the curator commissioned a flower pot from Kasharawar, capable of retaining heat and moisture.
Ooh,
even so,
that's a good
an
use of
expert is still required to develop tailored transportation and care plans for each type of flower.
So you're the botanist expert.
And that expert is
Yes.
you, right?
Not this time, no.
Oh, really?
I'm just here to help out. The expert in charge is someone else.
Mr. Tainari! Sanjay! He confused the poisonous bulbs with garlic shoots, and he ate them!
Why would you eat the bulbs
Never
you're
mind.
supposed to
Forget
plant?
what I said about the food expenses.
I mean, not that you
Apologies,
shouldn't eat
traveler,
bulbs, it's just
Paimon.
isn't, that's not
Looks
the
like
point
I've got
of
something to take
coming
care
here, right?
of. I'll be back in just a moment.
Sounds good. Take care, Tainari.
Tainari's busy no matter where he is, huh?
Too many people are careless about what they eat, and too many people don't do as they're told.
Yeah, seems like it. Some people just need supervision. Well, looks like Tainari might be busy for a while. Let's take a look around the port in the meantime.
Poem de Ambra chapter. Floral Blood Dew. How could we start with a flower exhibition And this turned into a murder plot. Oh my gosh, the poor gourmet supremos have been waiting for me. No, I didn't start the quest for them, did I?
Wow,
Okay, good.
look at these flowers. They smell so
I realized I shouldn't ignore them probably anymore. I actually forgot they were there, even though clearly I marked that quest there.
Huh?
Oh, a new face that we've never met before. Something wrong? You feel okay? I feel your Paimon. Allergy season has been brutal. I have to take so much allergy meds to not be sneezing all the time on stream. You okay?
fine. She's just got a little...
Oh, Paimon.
Rainbow roses, glaze lilies, and Cecilia's? No wonder.
No wonder what?
It's getting worse. Why? Oh.
Maybe you're sick? Should we go find Tainari?
But,
It's
I
definitely the allergy
just
combination
a
of from
moment
some of
ago,
these
She
flowers.
didn't even eat anything weird.
Oh, Paimon.
A moment of your time, you two? If it's not too much trouble, perhaps you could try this incense.
Oh? And will that help my dear friend Paimon with her sneezing?
Oh, the scent is so nice.
It's allergy meds! You can talk normally
Oh,
now.
that was fast. Paimon doesn't have to sneeze anymore.
Must have been the incense. Thank you.
Think nothing of it. From your attire, I imagine you two aren't from Sumeru either.
That is
Seeing
correct.
as we're both travelers from abroad, it's only right that we help each other out should the occasion arise.
I
Oh,
agree.
so you're here for the flower exhibition too?
I suppose that's accurate. Ah, allow me to introduce myself. I'm Emilie, a perfumer from Fontaine.
Nice to meet you,
Paimon
Emily.
is Paimon. Thank you so much for your help just now. Oh, and this is...
The
The
traveler.
Traveler, right? I've heard a lot about you from the Steambird. It's nice to finally put a face to the name.
And I've heard a lot about you as well, although I didn't expect to run into you in Sumeru. Yeah, Chevreuse talked about you when we were investigating the Musketeers crime back during the first Fontanalia Film Festival.
What happened back there? Why did Paimon start sneezing all of a sudden?
Have you ever heard of hay fever?
Yes.
To put it simply, when inhaled, certain pollens can trigger abnormal physical reactions.
Yup, been there.
Paimon has seen these kinds of flowers before and nothing weird happened then.
Is it a combination of the flowers?
Well, we're all different. The factors that can trigger a reaction to certain stimuli vary by person. In isolation, the effects of certain pollens may seem minimal, but
So cute and
inhaling various
relatable
types
that
at once
Paimon
can trigger
also
a
has
more
hay
overt
fever.
reaction.
Like, yes,
But
Paimon,
there's no
you
need to
understand
worry.
what it's like to
Pollen
be one of
allergies
us.
can be effectively mitigated with the use of medication.
Oh, well, that's good.
But that's great, an inhaler
Traveler,
kind of medication?
Paimon, there you are.
Instead of having to
Is
take some
everything
kind
all
of,
right? I left in such a hurry, I forgot to warn you about all the pollen in the air.
Yeah, Paimon was not having a good time, but Emily helped us
Emily? Ah, what a coincidence. Looks like my worry was misplaced then. The Traveler and Paimon are in good hands.
out. Yay!
It was nothing, really. We happened to run into each other shortly after my arrival, and I offered them a bit of help, that's all. I'm more curious as to why you thought the Traveler and Paimon were in danger. Allergies are highly unpredictable. If you were concerned the pollen might trigger a reaction, that must mean something similar has happened in the past.
Something like that. Yeah, what are we referring to?
Remember the first time
Oh!
we met? You fainted after inhaling Spirit Borneal.
Yeah. That was an allergic reaction? I guess.
The spirit borneal didn't affect Paimon at all, and now she's the one suffering. It makes
Well,
no sense.
we're all allergic to different things.
It's not really something you can make sense out of, Paimon.
Yeah.
There are all kinds of allergies out there, caused by a variety of different factors. Some people are even allergic to almonds. It's not something
Lots
you
of
can
people
generalize.
are allergic to almonds.
Exactly. I even encountered a case in Fontaine where someone had an allergic reaction to soba noodles their family brought back from Inazuma.
Aw.
Whoa. Good thing
That-
Paimon isn't allergic
Yeah, I was
to
gonna
anything
say that's
delicious.
unfortunate if you're allergic to a yummy food like that. But I can tell you, if you're allergic to a food, that food just doesn't taste good anyway. For the maybe speaking from personal experience, if you're allergic to something, the moment before you have my theoretical, maybe real personal experience, the moment you eat something and the right before you get the allergic reaction, the first thing you think is, huh, this tastes bad. Peanuts, by the way. I'm allergic to peanuts. It tastes bad before the reaction hits, and then the reaction hits, and then I feel like I'm gonna die. So, and also hay fever. I also get hay fever too. I get it all the bad things. But I can eat almonds. I just don't like almonds. Yeah. Are you a doctor, Emily?
In a manner of speaking, although you could say the patients I deal with are rather unusual.
In addition to medicine, Emilie is also very knowledgeable about botany. She's taught me a lot about the native flora around Fontaine.
Yay, our botanist friends are getting along.
And
is
that's
good
where
to
my
see.
expertise ends, I'm afraid. When it comes to breadth of knowledge, Tighnari certainly comes out on top.
A flower expert? Oh, Paimon's got it! You must be the expert Tighnari mentioned, the one in charge of the exhibition!
Wrong again, I'm afraid.
Really?
Well, I did come for the exhibition, but only to inquire about the Auguste variety. I'm not involved in any official capacity.
Oh, Paimon was sure she got it right this time!
The Auguste variety, what's that?
It's a kind of flower that was once popular in Fontaine. The perfume made from it also bears the same name, Auguste.
Auguste, huh? That's not a name you hear often nowadays.
In an ancient language, the word is said to mean sacred or noble. It's sometimes used as a name for people as well. Ah, that reminds me. Are you familiar with a historical event in
So you're
Fontaine
telling me we're
known
gonna
as
encounter
Perfume
somebody
Mania?
named Auguste in the story because you had to point out it's also can be a name? No, I've not heard about
Perfumania
this.
was an event that occurred in Fontaine nearly 20 years ago.
Okay. Let's see.
It all started when several merchants released their own lines of high-end, expensive perfumes, marketing them as must-have luxury products, the very symbol of elegance itself. No one anticipated the absolute frenzy this would create on the market, causing the price of perfumes to skyrocket. The demand was twofold. What some saw as a status symbol, most saw as a money-making opportunity. You could take advantage of the soaring price by hoarding them and reselling at even higher margins.
Wow, this is like the
value
Roaring
of these
'20s
products
followed by
became
the
so
Great
inflated, Regular
Depression.
bottles of perfume were even going for hundreds of thousands of more. This resulted in countless disputes
Right?
and scams. But at the end of the day, perfume is just perfume. The market value greatly exceeded
This
the
is-
intrinsic worth of the product, creating an economic bubble
This
that was
is
never going to
literally
last.
the Roaring '20s followed by the Great Depression. Or I guess a more recent example would be the GameStop thing. The GameStop stock crash.
Luckily, the Palais Mermonia recognized the danger and intervened before the craze could truly spread. Many profiteers and scammers were thrown in jail as a
Before the
result.
entire economy
In the end,
collapses because of
Only a few
perfume.
wealthy families were affected when the bubble popped.
That's good. Really could have been a lot worse.
What does all this have to do with that Auguste you mentioned earlier?
That I'll get
Well,
go extinct
during
in
the craze, the most popular perfume was none other than Auguste. The demand far exceeded the supply, to the point
They
where
go
one sold
extinct
for
because
10 million
they-
more a bottle.
hunted all the flowers.
Million? Then what about now?
Calm down, Paimon.
After the mania ended, most perfumes returned to a normal price. Auguste was the only exception.
The only
Its namesake,
exception.
the flower used to create it, went extinct. As a result, no new bottles of Auguste have been made, and the value of the perfume remains exceedingly high.
The flower went extinct? Was it hunted to extinction?
Indeed, the Auguste flower was not a natural variety, you see. It was specially cultivated for use in perfume making. When the
so
bubble
it
popped,
was-
all the flower beds used for its cultivation were destroyed in a fire. The variety has never been seen since.
Didn't you say you came to the exhibition to look for it?
You believe criminals might still have some?
Yes. I came to investigate a certain rumor that the Auguste flower has reappeared in Sumeru. It's causing quite the stir in the Fontaine perfume market.
I see.
Traveler, we should help Emily look for it.
It's just a rumor, Paimon. There's no way it's that easy to find.
I have to agree.
But if
Emily
there's
wrote me to
anyone
ask
who
if I
can
could look into the
accidentally
rumor.
stumble on it
But
and
the
find
forest
it,
rangers
it's
haven't received any
us.
reports of new plant species recently.
Even if I can locate the flower, I'm afraid you'll be disappointed, Paimon. I don't have any grand Mora-making endeavors planned. Divine, noble, one of a kind. All beautiful sentiments, to be sure. But to me, they overshadow the very essence of the product.
Which is
When it comes to
create a
perfume, I want
beautiful
people to forget
product.
the price and the prestige.
Yeah.
And focus on the beauty of the fragrance itself.
Yeah.
Wow, so noble.
She's a true artist.
Of
And
course,
that's the thing, is I
there's
love how
also a more
chemistry can be
practical
used
reason.
as art when it
In
comes to
recent
these beauty
years,
products.
low-grade
First in,
counterfeit versions of Auguste
Sijuin
have
story
been
quest,
popping
this
up
story
on the Fontaine
quest with
perfume
Emily.
market.
I mean, in
Every
Sijuin
so
story quest, it
often,
didn't really
someone will
work
claim
out
to
in
have
a
recreated
good
the
way.
unique scent of
But
Auguste,
the sentiment
and the
is
rumor mill
there,
will
how
start
science
comparing
can be
the
used to make
counterfeits to
something
my
so
own
artistically
work.
beautiful.
Okay,
In
that's more
ways
like
that-
the reason Paimon had in mind.
Ever since
People
that rumor
think.
started, 3 new perfumes claiming to be made from the Auguste flower have appeared on the market. If I can dispel the fanaticism surrounding Auguste, even just by proving the rumor to be false, Fontaine's perfume market can finally start to get back to normal. Then I'll be free from all the stories and added meaning and just focus on making what I like.
That makes sense.
Either way, even if it's not for Mora, we could still help you out. Yeah, we love being everyone's helper.
Oh, I would of course be grateful for your help, but I wouldn't want to trouble you.
It's no trouble.
Well, you said it yourself. We're both travelers from abroad, so it's only
Yeah.
right that we help each other out.
I suppose you're right. Then you have my thanks.
Based on the information I have so far, it's unclear if the rumor is true. Mr. Edgar also thinks it's too early to say. But you could always go talk to him. He was there all those years ago, after all.
Mr.
Maybe
Edgar.
he'll know something.
Huh, I was just about to pay him a visit at the hotel.
Edgar? Who's that?
Yeah, who's that?
The person you've been trying to guess this whole time. The flower expert in charge of the
Oh.
exhibition.
Now I'm
He's
trying to
also
figure
the
out
most
if he's
respected
evil
and
or
experienced
good.
perfumer in the area. Back when he was still working in Fontaine, Auguste was his creation.
I should also mention, he was my teacher, the one who taught me the basics of perfumery when I apprenticed in Sumeru.
So this guy was a famous perfumer in Fontaine, but then he came to Sumeru to teach people from Fontaine? It sounds confusing.
Well, why not, Paimon?
It's a long story. If you're interested, we can talk more about it when we see him. He should be staying near the
Yeah.
hotel.
I mean, look, you meet all sorts of people when you go abroad, including other people who maybe came from the same country as you. It's common, especially with Sumeru and Fontaine neighboring each other, and there only being so many countries you can go to in this world.
Oh, look at all the flowers!
Apparently, the exhibitor paid a large sum to rent out the hotel and surrounding buildings. They're being used as temporary storage facilities and lodging for exhibition personnel.
Seems a bit excessive.
Yeah, what if guests come early? They won't have anywhere to stay. Also, renting out this big of a hotel, how are they gonna make that Mora back?
Well, seems like they might have Mora to burn. Yeah. Well, he probably got
It's been
very
so
wealthy
long.
selling all of
I
that
almost didn't
Auguste.
recognize you, Edgar.
Well, you and your brother haven't changed a bit.
Oh, yeah, look, all this catching up is nice and all, but let's get down to business. We need to talk about Kyria. Is he...
Hold on, we have guests.
It's nice to see you again, Master.
Emily? Is that you? Oh, it's been years. Look at you. You're all grown up. I've heard you've become quite the famous perfumer in Fontaine. It would seem the student has surpassed the master.
Oh, well, It's all thanks to your mentorship.
So far, he seems like a good guy.
Hardly, hardly. I taught you the basics. Hearing you call me Master, well, I'm not sure I'm deserving of that title. I've taught many students here in Sumeru over the years, but I've yet to see one turn out quite as accomplished as you. You're the only one who can take credit for that success. And who are these two? I don't recall you mentioning them in your letter.
We just met.
They're my new friends, the Traveler and Paimon.
Nice to meet you. Pleasure to meet you, Mr. Edgar.
Emilie's friends. Well then, the pleasure is all mine.
And these two gentlemen? Are they friends of yours, Master?
Of course. We're perfume merchants
Oh,
from
that doesn't
Fontaine.
sound very much like friends to me.
I'm Ood, and this here is my younger brother, Blaze. Edgar and the two of us are old friends. Isn't that right, gentlemen?
Yes.
Merchant brothers?
You must be here to look for the August flower then.
Should we be saying that? Should we be throwing
Well,
those kinds
what
of
respectable perfume merchant
words
hasn't heard of the
around?
Goose?
Hmm?
Anyone in the business would be interested in the rumors.
I'm guessing you're here for the same reason, Emilie. We were just about to get into it, so you three might as well join in.
Since we know a thing or two already?
I commissioned a few eremites to do some scouting for me. They searched all over Sumeru, but there were no sightings of the August flower. That being said, there are people in Port Ormos who claim to have smelled a unique fragrance on the streets. Definitely floral, but still distinct. Some of them were merchants who lived in Fontaine 20 years ago. According to them, the fragrance smelled exactly like the August they remember from back then. A one-of-a-kind, divine, and noble scent.
Maybe someone around here just happens to have a bottle of August from back then.
Yeah, maybe they saved it because they
No,
knew it'd be
I don't
worth
think so.
millions
I
more than
doubt
it was
that's the
worth
case.
like 4
Even
liters.
if someone had a bottle that was never opened, the fragrance of the perfume would have changed over time. Very few perfumes can go decades without a change in scent. Auguste is even more prone to that kind of shift. Only a few bottles still exist in Fontaine, and their scent would have completely degraded by now. Although, could there be a flower out there with a similar fragrance? Or in accord with the same bass notes?
Something close enough?
Impossible. If a goose were that easy to replicate, it would never have sold for such a high price all those years ago.
Yeah, I'd be
flower
more
is
concerned about the
back.
fact that it sells
It
for
has
so
to
much
be.
now. If it was so easy to
Technically
replicate,
speaking,
somebody
the
would
scent
have
wouldn't be
somebody would have
impossible to
made like a
imitate.
knockoff version.
Well, let's
Convincing
table that
knockoff
question
version
for
by now.
Edgar, did any of those people mention
Like,
where
you
the
know,
scent
like
was coming from?
generic Auguste.
No. By the time they realized they had smelled something, the scent was already gone. If I hadn't asked about it, they probably wouldn't have given the experience a second thought. Compared to things we see and hear,
Okay, so far
smells can be
Edgar
much easier
can be
to
trusted.
overlook.
The other two dudes,
It almost sounds like
Suspicious.
someone wearing the Auguste fragrance passed them on the street.
like somebody wanted them to notice.
Wait, are you saying...
Just thinking out loud. Don't pay me any mind.
We don't have much to go off of right now, but we can't rule out that possibility. I'll send some more people to investigate. You all traveled so far to be here. Why don't you rest in the hotel for a bit? Ood, Blaze, this is the key to your room.
Ooh, you've got the keys to the room? Do we get free lodging too?
Oh my gosh, Paimon, so
My
blunt.
apologies. All the rooms in the hotel are accounted for, I'm afraid. Most are being used for storage
Storage?
ahead of the exhibition, you see.
You could use it for storage instead of having people over?
I
Okay,
managed
that's
to tidy
different
up
than it
one of
being
the
fully
rooms for
booked.
these two at the last
But that
minute.
being said, Paimon,
But
you
by
can't
the
just
time
ask for
Emilie
these
wrote to
things.
me,
It's
there was no more
exclusive, you
space
know.
left for her to
You gotta be more indirect.
And we just showed up out of the blue. Guess that means there's definitely no space
Yeah.
for us.
I should have been more considerate. Here I am with an entire hotel at my disposal and no place to offer you to stay, even after you made the trip all the way to Sumeru.
Don't worry, Master. I can sleep on the boat tonight. Or I could even camp in the wild. It would give me the opportunity to collect some plant specimens while I'm here in Sumeru.
Which would be a good skill for somebody who needs to, foraging, for somebody who needs to make perfume. Well, I'm familiar with the Sumeru wilderness, so I'll come with.
Ah, even better.
Yeah, you'll have a protector.
Although, would it be possible for me to leave some of my luggage here? It would be rather cumbersome to take it camping. It shouldn't take up too much space.
Well, about that.
Look, it seems like Edgar and the others don't want anyone to stay near the hotel, but they're also trying to not arouse suspicion. I'm not just imagining things, am I? No, trust your gut instinct, Ether.
Of course, no trouble at all. My brother and I will keep an eye on them for you, as long as you don't mind, mademoiselle.
All right, then. Oud, why don't you take Emilie inside and find a suitable place for her luggage? I'll prepare some refreshments and join you in a bit.
Definitely they're coercing Edgar, for sure.
I'm sorry I couldn't offer you a room.
It's all right, Master.
Yeah,
I know. What you're saying.
definitely coercing him, because why can't he empty out a room for us and Paimon and a room for Emilie? With an entire hotel, do you really need to use that many hotel rooms for storage unless your hand is being forced by people doing shady business?
I'll be sure to make it up to you with a nice cup of tea.
Definitely suspicious things going on here. Enter the hotel. What, we don't enter from that door? Enter from this door? Okay.
Whoa,
So many
the smell of
flowers.
flowers is so strong. Didn't Edgar say he tidied up around here? There's still so many flowers.
Maybe.
Herman took a peek through the window earlier and his house was packed with flowers. Looks like this exhibition is gonna be huge.
Do all perfumers have houses filled with flowers?
No, that's a florist thing.
Yeah, I
We
would
work
think.
closely with the essential oils of various plants. But to maintain a sharp sense of smell, most perfumers
Yeah, that's
prefer
what
to
I
keep
would
their homes
imagine. You
free
don't
of
have to
strong
fill your
odors.
house with odor.
Oh, guess there's just too much to store for the exhibition then.
What's behind this door? Look at Ether immediately snooping around for something suspicious.
Oh, this room seems to be a connected suite, and my brother will be staying on the other side of the suite. Blaze,
Okay.
while you're out, why don't you bring our luggage over as well? Blaze!
Yes, of course.
What
All
is
right,
their
then.
deal?
Where can
I
we
need
find your
to
luggage,
figure out these
mademoiselle?
two.
Blaze will go fetch it for you.
Suspicious.
It's still at the port. In addition to some daily necessities, there's also a case of amber wine that I brought back from Fontaine.
That's
Could
an
I
important
trouble you to
detail.
bring that back as well? It would be the perfect way to repay you for your hospitality.
How generous. I should thank you on my brother's behalf. You've stumbled upon his weakness. He's aloof about most things, but alcohol is his one true love.
Interesting.
Is that so?
Noting that for later. Amber wine. Now that's a Fontaine specialty I've never heard of before. I was going to say amber wine. The one is like, I think her constellation is something amber, right?
Mr. Oud, Mr. Blaze, thanks for...
Hey! What are you doing?
Huh? No! Don't hurt Edgar!
That's Master's voice.
Quick, let's go see what's going on. Were they trying to distract us by going in here? What did you do to him? What did you do to him? As you rush to the hotel, you detect a unique fragrance coming from outside.
Edgar!
Master!
What's that bottle lying on the ground?
Hey, Edgar! Are you all right? Can you hear me?
Who did this?
Kyria. August.
That name again, Kyria. Who is Kyria? No!
Kyria.
Hey, Edgar? Edgar!
No, don't shake him. He's injured. Just leave him to me. You two can...
We'll investigate the scene. We'll try to see where the culprit went.
Oh, thank you.
Although she's the one who's actually a crime scene investigator, right?
Skin is flushed, pupils are dilated.
Pupils
But
are
he's still
dilated.
breathing.
Yeah, what the heck is this that was on here? Check the bottle.
That strange smell around here. Is it coming from this bottle?
I bet that's a ghost. Only a small amount of liquid is left inside the bottle, and streaks of residue can be seen on both the mouth and sides of the vessel. It seems so like someone forcibly poured out whatever was inside the bottle. Oh. Then what a waste that is! I have a feeling the liquid in this bottle is...
Really? You think so?
I know so! But the question is, why would someone do that? The bush? What's here? Flower beds?
Do you think whoever did this was hiding in the flowers before they attacked Edgar?
Then we should have cut them down sooner. There are no footprints in the flower beds, and it doesn't look like any of the branches or leaves have been disturbed. Unless the culprit was your size, that would be pretty difficult.
True.
Maybe it was a Paimon-sized culprit. Huh. Well, these two have an alibi. They were in there with us when this happened.
I checked. It doesn't look like anyone passed through here.
Oh, but that's impossible. It's not like that kid can just grow some wings and fly away.
Okay, explain who Kiria is.
Oh, the culprit, I mean. It's not like the culprit could have just disappeared into thin air.
Yeah, you seem to know. I mean, you already mentioned his name before, so you guys seem to know who he is. Suspicious that you
Well, we looked all over.
want to hide the fact that you know him. If you happen to coincidentally know him, shouldn't that be, like, something you openly share with us? If it wasn't
Most
something
important
you
thing we
were
can do
in
now
on?
is focus our efforts on treating Master. Can you help me move him inside?
Yes. You and Emilie carefully move Edgar inside.
So, how's he doing?
When I administered emergency treatment, I discovered a residue in his nose and mouth. Master
Oh my
was
gosh.
most likely forced to ingest a certain liquid.
Can you imagine being forced to drink perfume? Oh, I imagine perfume tastes much worse than it smells because the whole point is it's super concentrated, so you only use a little bit to get the scent. You have to drink a whole bottle of perfume. What is with all of these stories?
He's still unconscious, and inducing vomiting could obstruct his airways. We'll have to look into other clues for now.
We found this bottle just now.
Ah, yes. The scent is the same, but the chemical composition is still unclear. We'll have to do further tests to determine if it's the same liquid and how toxic it is to the human body.
Yeah, because, I don't
But
think anyone's
first,
tried to
I do
ingest it
believe
before.
there are two people who could shed some light on the situation.
Yeah.
Mr.
You guys
Sylvain,
better...
Mr. Lucien.
You know who they are?
You know...
You know their real names?
Were you talking to us, mademoiselle? I'm afraid we've never heard of
Well,
those
she
names
is a
before.
crime scene investigator.
Before arriving in Sumeru, I asked a friend from the Special Patrol to look into the creators of Auguste. There were 4 people in total. The perfumer, Edgar, the one thrust into the limelight, and 3 others. A researcher from Sumeru responsible for cultivating the Auguste flower, and 2 merchant brothers responsible for promoting the product on the market. The 2 brothers capitalized on the mythos surrounding Auguste. Their actions lured in numerous speculators and profiteers, inflating the price of Auguste even further. In the end, they were sent to the fortress of Meripede for falsifying their accounts and destabilizing the market. If you do the math,
Yeah.
they should be out of prison by now.
Destroyed the economy.
And what does that have to do with us? There are countless merchant families in Fontaine. You gonna accuse them of being criminals too?
Well, you
Every
guys are
time your
acting
brother called you
awfully
Blade,
defensive,
it took you
aren't
several
you?
seconds to respond, but when I called you Lucien just now, the name registered immediately.
Oh.
Oh,
Picked up right
Miss
away.
Emily, Out of respect for your position as a famous perfumer in Fontaine, I'm inclined to believe that was simply a poor attempt at humor.
Why?
You have a bright future ahead of you. You wouldn't want to develop a reputation as someone who throws around false accusations.
Oh,
Especially among
getting
merchant
feisty and
circles.
defensive, are you?
You claim to be regular perfume merchants, and yet, when I brought up amber wine, you took it to be alcohol.
Yeah.
What?
Just as I thought.
Amber wine is a perfume I created several years ago.
That
It
sounds like
wasn't
something her
particularly
stamp would be
renowned,
on.
but I'm certain any respectable perfume merchant in Fontaine would know of it.
Unless they were in prison.
Unless, until recently, they were living somewhere completely cut off from the perfume world.
She already had
Somewhere
you
like
all figured
the
out.
Fortress of Merrifield, perhaps?
Emily, you little.
Don't even think about it. Yeah, that's right. Traveler's got his sword out here.
Don't misunderstand, Mr. Sylvain. I don't bring this up to criticize you, no matter what happened all those years ago. The
Yeah.
court has already passed its judgment.
You served your time. Now, hopefully, the Fortress of Merrifield really did rehabilitate you before sending you back out into the world. And maybe you could just cooperate with our investigation instead of committing more crimes.
But Master's life is in danger. We need to learn whatever we can about the person who has done this. If Master's attack had something to do with Auguste, I would imagine the two of you might also be in danger.
Or
So
responsible
I'd like to
for
trouble
this.
you for some information, if I may. Tell me about Kyria.
Sorry. We got you all
Fine.
figured it out.
As you wish.
Figured out.
Sylvain,
Lucian, if this will help us find Kyria, then it will be all worth it. Besides, we've already told most of the stuff to the Maison Orderly anyway.
And
You
you're
were
not
right,
getting out of the
Miss Emily.
situation.
There were 4 of us at the beginning. Myself, Lucian, Edgar, and the researcher from Sumeru in charge of flower cultivation, Vijava.
Vijava.
Sometime down the road, the Marechaussee Phantom came knocking, saddled us with a list of accusations, and started looking into our books. Oh, they did their meddling, and my brother Edgar and I were forced to serve time in the fortress as a result.
Sounds like he's still upset about that. Wait, then how did Edgar end up in Sumeru?
Master was convicted as an accomplice, so he only had to serve a few years. He decided to move to Sumeru so that he could put those events behind him.
Start a new life.
Still, Master was depressed for a long time after that. He stopped making new perfumes and focused on introducing students to the craft instead.
Well, see, though, at least he was, I mean, sharing the craft with new students. Even if he was depressed and could no longer create new things, at least he was still keeping his art in the world by teaching new students who can keep on creating after him, including Emilie, especially Emilie.
That's how I met him. My parents had to relocate to Sumeru for work when I was a child, so I had the chance to study under him for a little while.
I see.
But we can talk about that some other time. I want to hear more about this researcher, Vijava.
Like us, Vijava was also staring down an investigation from the Marechaussee Phantom. But before the Phantom showed up at her door, she set all the flower beds on fire, along with much of the mora we managed to earn. All the Auguste flowers, everything we worked to create,
And the Mora.
was reduced to nothing but a pile of ash.
But destroying all that evidence, wouldn't that make things worse for her?
It didn't matter at that point, because she died in the fire as well.
What?
Oh.
sounds like you did an investigation of your own. Why even ask us if you knew all of this already?
Because she's trying to get some new tidbits out of you. Kyria's name still hasn't come up.
The name wasn't mentioned in any of the files I reviewed either. But you two seem quite familiar with him.
You're saying somebody got away? Somebody in the group got away without punishment? What's going on here? Or were they even part of the group
Kyria
at
was
all?
Vijava's younger brother.
Ah,
He was just
that
a
makes sense.
clueless kid back then. Somewhere in his teens, I think. He helped his sister with her work sometimes, but that was pretty much it. He didn't have any idea what we were doing.
So this is for revenge?
Vijava kept him close most of the time. The 3 of us were probably the only ones who even knew she had a brother. After our operation was compromised, he disappeared. There were no signs of him until recently, when people started saying the Auguste flower had reappeared in Sumeru.
Okay, I didn't want to draw the similarity right away, but now I'm going to draw the similarity. You know in Black Panther, when Killmonger sets all the fields of the purple plant on fire, but then was it Shuri or no? It wasn't Shuri. It wasn't Shuri. It was the other lady. I don't remember her name. The one who was played by Lupita Nyong'o. Anyway, she is able to get the last of the fruit to bring it to T'Challa to heal him. Anyway, that's what I'm sensing here right now, is the flowers were burned, but probably, I'm guessing Kyria saved one. Or studied enough under his sister to be able to replicate it.
So, you think Kyria took something with him back then? Something that allowed him to reproduce the Auguste flower?
Vijava doted on the kid like you wouldn't believe. She even told us to give her cut to her brother if anything happened to her. If she left something behind before she died, believe me, Kyria's the one that has it.
And judging by the liquid in that bottle, the Auguste flower wasn't the only thing he reproduced. He managed to replicate the perfume itself.
So maybe there
the
is
liquid
weight to the
Edgar
rumor
was
that it's
forced to
returned.
ingest really was Auguste. Wait, does that mean Auguste is poison?
Poison? No. Of course not. No perfume is meant to be ingested.
Yeah, I was
Even
saying
small
maybe they are
amounts
all
can be
poison because you're
dangerous,
not
let alone
supposed to
ingesting a
drink
whole bottle at
perfume.
once. If Auguste could be considered a poison, we wouldn't have even sold half a bottle back then. Edgar fell unconscious because Kyria forced him to drink perfume. It just happened to be
Yeah, I'd
Auguste.
say like no, all perfumes are poisonous by that standard. Strange. Sylvain seems nervous all of a sudden. So why would Kyria attack Edgar?
He probably thought we had something to do with his sister's death. But to tell you the truth,
Yeah, that's what
I
I'm
have
thinking
no
too.
idea
But
why
obviously
she
it's
did
got to
all
be
that.
even more
We're
complicated
not
than that.
looking for Kyria because we have it out for him. We just wanted to see how he was doing. And, if possible, work together to bring back Auguste.
Right. I'm guessing you guys are not reading the room and realizing he probably doesn't want to create Auguste just so you guys can sell it. If he manages to recreate it, he's obviously not working with you two after what happened to his sister.
We only went to prison for a bit of fraud and market manipulation. It had nothing to do with the product
Right,
itself.
so he can find a different
As
merchant to
long
sell
as we
it
keep
because
things
the
honest
product
this
is
time
not
around,
the issue.
bringing
You
the
guys are.
product back to market would almost be like honoring his sister's
Right, so then he
memory.
doesn't need to do it with
So
you
that's
two.
why you never mentioned Kyria during your interrogation?
Yes, exactly. We were just looking out for the kid.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I'm sure.
that's all we know.
Yeah,
If you're
yeah,
looking
yeah,
for
of
information
course.
on what's in Auguste, or
It's
what
quite
to
naive
do
of you to
if
think that he
ingest
actually
it,
would want to work with
there
you
are only
after
two people to ask.
how things turned out before.
Edgar or Kyria himself.
Well, at least we're able to say for certain that the substance Edgar ingested was in fact Auguste. That gives us a direction for further testing. Well then, I'd say that was a very enlightening
Yeah, we actually
discussion.
managed to get them to spill some stuff.
Well, glad to hear it.
Hold on,
Lucien,
where are you
let's
going?
head back to the room and rest a bit. With everything that's happened, there are things that need
Yeah, I think you guys might need a new market
Yes,
venture.
Of course.
I'm not sure you're gonna, as lucrative as this is, I'm not sure how cooperative you'll find this. Yeah, they're still hiding something.
Oh, you think so too? That does seem to be the case. Pity we don't have more evidence.
Yeah, it's okay. We'll get some more and then we'll get them to spill
But
more.
based on Sylvain's tone of voice just now, I suspect further questioning will only result in more
It's okay.
made-up
We'll get
answers.
some more, dig up some more dirt on them.
Like that,
It
just
seems
based on a hunch? That was genius!
I will go get to dig up some more genuine dirt on them, and then we'll get some more answers out of them. Are you really just a perfumer who looks after people in your spare time?
Oh, right. Earlier you said you were only sort of a doctor, and that your patients were unusual.
She's a
Oh,
CSI.
yes. That's because most of the patients I encounter are already dead.
So you're a forensic doctor?
Close. I'm actually a forensic cleaner. Once the forensic team and the Marechaussee Phantom are done collecting evidence from the scene, I'm in charge of clearing away the final traces my patients leave on the world. In fact, with just a small alteration to the formula, the same tincture used as the base of perfume can also be made into a cleaning agent. Basically, there are two sides to forensics. Those who collect evidence to expose the truth, and those who clean up the smells, bloodstains, and other substances left behind at the scene. I've learned a lot in my line of work, and I've witnessed a lot of death. But this time, we may still save the patient.
I hope so.
Actually, Traveler, could I trouble you to report back to Tainari and the officers at Port Ormos? We should update them on the situation.
Yeah, get them to take these two into custody. Okay, maybe not yet. We still need answers from them. But will do.
I'll stay here and continue to look after Master. Now that we have a sample of Auguste, I'm hoping further analysis won't be too difficult.
And if Kiria really did remake it, he also remade the nice little bottle to make it super fancy too. There's only a small amount of liquid left in the bottle. According to Sylvain, the liquid is none other than the famed Auguste perfume.
Master looks a lot older than when I last saw him. I just hope he can hold on.
Yeah, I wish him the best. Alright, Tainari! Tainari, some crazy stuff has happened. Which way? Yeah, who needs to take the elevator when I have a wind glider? So I guess I was thinking some of this story quest would take place in Sumeru, and now I'm realizing all of this story quest is going to take place in Sumeru.
Whoa, why the rush? Did something happen?
Yes. You explain everything, because Tainari is our friend.
What? Edgar was attacked? He's the most famous perfumer in the region. Someone who's helped countless people around Port Ormos. How could this happen?
Sheriff, have you received any reports of a suspicious individual fleeing through the bazaar?
No, but we've got eyes all over the area. I'm sure someone's seen Kiria.
Yeah.
I'll start gathering my forces. We won't let him get away.
What about you, Tainari?
Okay, good.
Do
The
you have
authorities
plans?
are on it.
I'm sure the sheriff can handle things over at the scene, and I doubt Emilie needs my help looking after Mr. Edgar.
But she said she's not a real doctor.
Then she was far too modest. She may not be a doctor by trade, but she has a deeper understanding of human anatomy and pharmacology than most scholars from the Amorta Darshan.
Whoa,
Not
and
to
that's
mention
high
the
praise
fact
coming
that
from
Mr. Edgar's
Tainari.
condition is related to perfume. Emilie is certainly in the best position to help him. As for me, I'll head to the academia and see what I can learn about Vijava and Kiria.
Yeah. Thank you, Tainari.
Oh, that's right. Vijava was supposed to be a scholar from Sumeru. Do you recognize the name?
From Emilie's letter, certainly, but that was the first time I'd heard of it. The academia produces a lot of scholars, and there are plenty of graduates who choose to pursue a career outside their darshan. I didn't have time to look into it earlier, but now it seems like Vijava's past could be critical to getting to the bottom of what happened to Mr. Edgar.
Yeah, I agree.
I have friends in Sumeru City that can help me investigate. With any luck, we'll have news to share by tomorrow. I'll leave you and Emilie to watch over things here in Port Ormos.
Thank you, Tainari. We'll try to hold down the fort, but it's getting late, so probably some bad things are gonna happen. Top note, Floral Debt. Middle note, Blood Dew. So hold on. Floral Debt, Blood Dew is the name of the quest. The middle note is Blood Dew. What's the bottom note gonna be? Or the base note? Alright. Just kidding. We're not gonna play through the nighttime. We're gonna wake up in the morning and see what happened. What disaster has befallen us now. Let's see.
Well, it's been a day. Wonder if Tainari's discovered anything.
Head to the vicinity of the hotel.
But things weren't looking good with Emilie's master yesterday. We should check on things at the hotel first.
Emilie, we're back! I do like her dress, by the way.
Emilie!
She looks serious. How's Edgar?
No longer in critical condition, thankfully. He's still very weak, but with a bit more rest, he should regain consciousness soon.
That's good.
My chemical analysis of Auguste also went smoothly, although it certainly raised some questions.
Questions?
I
I
was
wonder
able to
how they do
identify
the chemical
components that give the substance its
analysis in
fragrance,
this world.
but I also noticed an abnormal trace of elemental energy in the sample.
Oh?
Elemental energy?
Would that have an effect on the body?
Hard to say. It was such a minute amount, proportionally speaking, like mixing a single drop of perfume into the ocean. I had to use one of the newest tests developed in recent years to even detect the traces present in the sample.
Well,
Unless
good
you were
thing
abnormally
for
sensitive to elemental energy,
technological
I doubt it
advancements
would have
in
any effect,
chemical
even
detection,
if
right?
you use the product every day for 10 years. As for whether Master's condition was caused by the elemental energy present in the sample or some other component of the perfume, it's still too early to say.
But that's probably an important
that
clue
reminds
to know.
Paimon. Did Tighnari come and find you? Maybe we could ask him to take a look.
I received a message from him last night, but I haven't heard anything since. The message said he was looking into some information at the academia.
Oh, Paimon thought he might have stopped by to see you first. Excuse me? Is Miss Emilie here?
Oh, Collie! Collie?
Oh, perfect! Familiar
Yay!
faces! Traveler!
You
Paimon,
must be
you're
who
here too.
Tighnari sent to update us, then.
Kale. Ah, of course. Tighnari's apprentice. He's mentioned you many times. It's a pleasure to finally meet you.
We're so glad to
And
see you,
please,
Collie.
no need for formalities. Emilie is just fine.
Oh, okay. Nice to meet you too, Miss, Emilie. Did Tighnari send you here, Kale? Yep. Master and the others went through decades worth of records last night, and still haven't had a chance to rest. I'm fast on my feet, so it only made sense for me to come and give you an update. Anyway,
Thank you so much.
based on what they've reviewed so far, they believe there's no indication that a researcher by the name of Vijava ever passed through the academia.
Huh. That's weird. Not even as like a student who never graduated? Could it have been an alias?
Master considered that possibility as well, but the name wasn't the only dead end. Master tried to track down people with a similar research direction or background, but also couldn't find a match.
Really? Nobody
How
else?
is that possible?
Nobody else researched flowers like this for perfuming? Growing flowers specifically for perfuming? I feel like at least somebody out there must have done this research, and maybe they would know who Vijava was. That's weird. Nobody did this kind of research out of the thousands of scholars that have passed through the academia. Maybe her identity as a researcher from Sumeria was a ruse all along. Like, really, nobody, not even as a coincidence?
It's starting to seem very likely. If we want to figure out her true identity, I'm afraid another conversation with those two merchants might be our only...
Hey,
Huh?
Lucian!
That voice,
It's
it's...
Sylvain! Wait, you don't think Curio came back, do you?
That seems impossible. If someone came in or out of the hotel just now, we would have
Is there
seen
any
them.
windows we haven't accounted for? Let's go inside and check. What is happening? How come they're committing the crime? Enter Sylvain's room and Lucian's room? You rush into the hallway and head for Sylvain's room, but you try to enter,
It's
but the door won't
locked.
match. Won't unlock. What did it say? The door won't budge. That's the word. It's locked. I'll try to break it open. The door gives way with a bang and you enter the room. Who's
There's
committing
no one
crime
here.
under our nose?
Lucian! Lucian!
That's Sylvain's voice!
Oh my gosh, and where is Edgar?
Lucian! Lucian!
Uh-oh.
Come on! Wake
Uh-oh, if it really is Kyria, he's coming after everybody who was part of the original Auguste case. Is he going to be okay?
Emilie, my brother, he's gonna be okay, right? He's just unconscious. Like what happened
Look,
to that
dude, the
girl.
stakes just went
I'm
way
sorry,
up. You
Mr.
better start
Sylvain.
spilling the rest of the info that you know.
We were too late this time.
He's dead?
No, that's not possible.
Traveler, Kale, Mr. Sylvain has gone through a huge shock. He needs some space to calm down. Could one of you take him next door? It's not good for him to look at his brother's body like this.
Of course. Leave it to me.
I'll notify the sheriff.
Thank you both.
What happened?
Mr. Sylvain, let's get you up. Here, take my hand. Nice and slow. We'll take things from here. Just focus on getting some rest. Here, this way.
How did he die? Was the perfume different this time, or did he just have a stronger reaction to it? Or is he actually not dead?
Poor guy. He's like a shell of his former self. He may have made some bad decisions in life, but right now, Paimon can't help but feel sorry for him.
Good person or bad, the death of a loved one is equally painful.
Yeah.
All the moments he shared with his brother, every hardship and triumph they endured together, are now memories he has to carry alone.
Yeah. If Kiria's out for revenge for what happened to his sister, I mean, we don't... I'm guessing that's at least part of the motive. It's got to be more complicated than just that. But this is definitely the kind of pain he'd want to inflict. That he lost his sibling and felt that these merchants are responsible, wanted them to know what it'd be like to lose the other.
If Kiria really was behind this, then what exactly did he do to Lucien?
Lucien can no longer speak, but the traces left behind by his death most certainly can. Traveler, I've got things covered here at the scene.
This is
I'll leave
the
you to
floral
contact the
debt,
sheriff.
blood due. This is the blood that was due. Okay. Some time passes and Sheriff Shem runs to
Who would
the
have
scene.
thought? Yesterday's case is still up in the air, and now this happens. Miss Emilie, I heard you're an experienced forensic doctor. Have you been able to discover anything?
Oh, I'm not actually a forensic doctor. I just happen to have some relevant knowledge. I did
Right.
take a look, though.
You're being modest,
Judging by
I
the
can tell.
temperature and rigidity of the body, it appears the time of death was sometime last night. I'd have to do a more thorough investigation to find out more.
Then, would you mind helping us
That's
investigate?
a lot more
Before he
info than
left,
most
Tainari
people
said we
can
could
just
trust your
figure
judgment
out.
if something like this were to happen.
Of course, I appreciate your trust. Many of the traces left behind at the scene will fade with time, so the sooner we investigate, the better.
We'll help too. We don't know much about dead bodies, but you can leave the other clues to us.
Oh, Paimon. We don't know much, but we have seen a few of them.
To tell you the truth, the exhibition has left us quite short-handed. We're lucky to have your help.
Happy to help. Yeah, I can tell. It's almost like the whole exhibition was there to divert attention. Luggage. This bag is stuffed with clothes and other daily necessities. It's quite heavy. Alright, we're not gonna rummage through his luggage.
Pupils are dilated, skin is flushed. No
that was
overt
just like
external
Edgar.
injuries or signs of a struggle.
Was he also made to drink... That's what I mean. Did he drink the same perfume, but just had a bad reaction to it? Or was it like a different concentration or something? The incense slowly rising into the air. It seems familiar somehow. Is that the one that we took? But then shouldn't that be an antihistamine kind of thing? The space inside the cabinet is divided into various compartments. It doesn't look like a person could hide in there. But you know what? There are windows. This door leads to the hallway. The lock is intact and there are no signs of damage. This door is probably locked last
And
night.
the windows are shut tight too. Seems
they've
like the
addressed
only way to get in would
windows.
have been through Sylvain's room.
Is there anything compromised in Sylvain's room? Is it possible, like, this happened while he was asleep? The corners are filled with flowers from different nations. The fragrance is incredibly strong. Yeah, it's almost like it's to mask whatever
Looks
actually
like
happened.
We've investigated as much as we can. Let's go report back to Emilie and Shiam.
Wait, is Sylvain and Kale there?
Lucian. Why?
Aww.
So sorry for your loss.
Sylvain still needs more time to calm down. We should finish investigating Lucian's room first. Thank you, Kale. Kale is always the right person for the right time.
So, did you find anything?
There are no signs of forced entry. The only way in would have been through Sylvain's room.
Paimon can show you. Here, it'd be something like this.
Yeah, those are locked. Don't forget to draw little locks on the windows.
But entering through the room next door without alerting Sylvain... Wait, you don't think Sylvain could have been the one who...
I doubt it.
No, his reaction to the loss of his brother seemed genuine.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have a motive.
Then what could have happened last night? I know Sylvain is still in shock, but he's our only
Yeah,
available
I don't think
witness.
he did it. Seems like not
We
a
have to take a
trustworthy
statement.
character, but I think he did
I
genuinely
agree.
care about his brother.
Also,
You couldn't
I've
do this.
made some new discoveries, so we might as well head next door and go through everything together.
Yeah. Sylvain, you better... I mean, we gotta give him some time. Examine the body. The body's been cold for some time already, and there are no signs of a struggle. No further clues have been found yet. Is there any sign he had to drink something? Do you think it was injected instead? I'm wondering if it got injected instead. Huh. We should give this guy some more space, but... Dude, you have to start talking now. These stakes are much higher.
Mr. Sylvain, I need you to tell me everything you and your brother did since yesterday afternoon. Did you see or hear anything strange?
Look, you're in a much nicer interrogation space than most people get in the
After
police
Kyria
office.
attacked Edgar, my brother and I were incredibly careful.
Is he worried you could be next?
We returned to our rooms and decided to lock all the doors leading to the hallway. The only door we kept unlocked was the one connecting our rooms. That way, if we heard any commotion coming from the other room, we could help each other. But I didn't hear any sort of commotion last night. Not a single noise. I woke up this morning, opened the door, and Lucian was...
So, no movement from the room next door. No forced entry via Sylvain's room. No signs of a struggle at the scene. And no external injury on Lucian's body.
Yeah.
What kind of cause of death?
Yeah,
would
this
be?
is very bizarre.
I did notice a few things about the body. Lucian's pupils were dilated, and his skin was flushed. Very similar to Master's symptoms after the attack yesterday.
Right, but you'd think you'd hear somebody having liquid forced down their throat, right? You'd think you would hear that, right?
There weren't any traces of liquid in his mouth or nose, so it's unlikely he was forced to ingest anything. The more plausible explanation is that he inhaled a substance without knowing it, and I'd say that substance was likely a goose.
But is it a different Agoose than the one that was selling 20 years ago? Because then, like, that was just being sold normally. It wasn't a poison. People weren't dying from it. There must be something different about it this
A
time.
goose? No, that's not possible. Inhaling a goose won't kill you. And anyway, it would have been for just one night.
Just one night? So you're saying prolonged exposure is dangerous?
No, that's not what I meant. Emilie, you ran your tests, didn't you? Go on. Tell everyone whether you found any poison.
No, she found some
No,
elemental
I
energy.
didn't find any common toxins.
See? A goose is harmless. The market response proved that years ago.
Yeah, it is weird. Is there something different about it, the cultivation this time?
That may be true for most people, but not for
Oh,
everyone.
you're alive! And you were listening in.
Master!
Edgar? You're up and about already?
Thanks to Emilie, I'm out of the woods for now.
Oh, thank goodness. That's good to hear.
Sylvain, no matter how hard you may try to hide it, the truth will always come to light.
Edgar!
Even if we could keep it a secret for another 10 or 20 years, do you think Kyria would just let us be? No.
All right.
He
Spill.
would never give up. Not if he's doing all of this for Yelena.
Yelena? Oh, Vijava was an alias.
That's Vijava's real name. Yelena wasn't a scholar from Sumeru. She was an exiled Fatus from Snezhnaya.
Yeah, from the name
The
Yelena,
Fatus?
you can tell.
The Fatui.
That's why she changed her name to a Sumeru name.
That means the elemental energy present in Auguste was...
Ah, so you've already detected it. Well, Sylvain,
I'm not
looks
following.
like there's
Please explain.
truly no reason to hide things
What is
now.
the elemental energy?
Oh,
The Auguste flower was created with the mutative and distorting power of a delusion.
A delusion?
The Fatui, delusions... I never would have thought
That's
Auguste
much
was
more
hiding this
sinister.
man's secrets.
Who knew a delusion could be used to create a
Born
mutated
of a
flower?
delusion, Auguste contained distorted elemental energy. A prolonged exposure over many years could have a harmful effect on the body.
that's enough, Edgar. I'll take it from here. At first, Yelena wanted to keep refining the perfume and the flower. But no one knew how long the perfume mania was going to last back then. It didn't have any effect on ordinary people anyway. Every day we postponed going to market was another day of lost earning potential.
So you decided poisoning people was worth the risk?
Listen, it's not like it was good for business. But all that talk about Auguste being harmful over time, Yelena was just speculating.
Well,
The impact was
clearly with her
practically
being the
negligible.
scientific mind behind the operation, maybe you should think about that. It makes sense. You can't test the long-term impacts of something without, having a long time. So you're saying you release the product, but only then then Elena start to realize there could be a negative long-term impact, and you couldn't recall the product. You had to put it to market. Is that what you're saying?
Unless you were particularly sensitive to elemental energy or had an entire bottle shoved down your throat like Edgar. You could use the product for decades and be completely fine.
It may be true there are no records of Auguste poisoning in Fontaine. But even
But-
if no one was acutely poisoned, willfully bringing a product to market despite explicit knowledge of its harmful effects is still a serious crime.
Yeah. What she said. And the thing is, if anyone was harmed by the long-term impacts of Auguste, the problem is no one would be able to trace it back to Auguste because probably, it'd be impossible to trace, an illness you get 20 years later to a perfume you used 20 years ago. It wouldn't be like smoking, where there's, very obviously a connection there. People wouldn't notice right away. Especially since the product would change over time and you wouldn't be able to, if you examined any Auguste saved now, you wouldn't get the same kinds of results as before. The divine and noble Auguste originated from a delusion, and if the truth came out, the market for your product would be completely destroyed. So that's why
that
you all
explains
kept
why
it a
you were
secret.
so intent on keeping Yelena and Kyria's involvement a secret all this time, despite readily confessing to all your financial crimes. The Fatui, delusions, Auguste. If the Maréchaussée Phantom discovered the connection between the three, there would have been enough evidence to send you to the Fortress of Meripede for life.
Ha! If I'd known coming to Sumeru would put a target on my back, I would have been more than happy to stay there. At least that way, Lucian would still be alive.
Oh.
All these years without any sign of Kyria, and he pops up out of nowhere the minute my brother and I get out of prison? It couldn't be any clearer who the kid's after. Auguste was harmless before. The fact that it's killing people all of a sudden must be his doing as well.
So there's bad blood between you.
He probably knows, Kyria probably knows more about how Auguste actually works because he probably learned from his sister that, like, all the secrets of how it's composed.
What about Yelena's death? Was that a cover-up too? A way to destroy evidence?
I'll admit, we thought about it at one point. We took care to disguise the products circulating on the market, and no one was questioning Yelena's fake identity. But if the Mara Chaussee Phantom decided to look into the flower beds, it would have been the end. Yelena's ties to the Fatui, the role of the delusion, everything would have been exposed. Before we could even put our plan in motion, Yelena beat us to it. She burned all her flower beds and threw herself into the fire as well.
Why would she do that, though? I mean, why would she help out with this plan and then burn it all down and burn herself? Did she have a change of heart? Did she realize what she had unleashed into the world?
But if her goal was to destroy evidence,
Yeah.
there would have been no reason to do that to herself.
She didn't have to throw herself.
The flower beds and
Yeah.
fled with her brother.
That's what I'm thinking. Why did she have to sacrifice herself?
I thought about it for a long time, but it wasn't until just now that I finally understood her reasoning. Everything she did, it was for her brother, Kyria. One of the reasons they defected from the Fatui was the deterioration of Yelena's body due to her excessive use of a delusion. She didn't want her brother to follow in her footsteps after her death. After arriving in Fontaine, Yelena continued using the delusion to cultivate the Auguste flower, weakening her body
That's
even
such an
further.
interesting use of a delusion.
There were times when she couldn't even walk.
So she couldn't flee with her brother because she was afraid of holding him back.
If her true identity was exposed, she and her brother would face pressure from both Snezhnaya and Fontaine.
That makes sense.
The Auguste flower and Yelena's own corroded body both bore the mark of a delusion. There would have been no way to avoid suspicion. So, in the end, she burnt it all to ash, including herself. With all the evidence erased, Kyria was free to take the Mora and run.
So the wealth you earned from Auguste, it wasn't destroyed in the fire. Yelena gave it to her brother?
Most likely. Before Yelena died, she said if anything happened to her, she was going to leave everything to her brother. We just didn't realize she meant our cut as well.
Well, that's pretty ingenious
That's why
on her
Lucian
part.
and I were searching for Kyria, to take back our Mora and the Auguste flower. We just didn't
I
realize
see.
Kyria
So
was
you were out to
baiting us
get
the
him, but
whole
he
time.
outsmarted you. He knew you were coming
was
for
all
him,
a
and he was
trap.
also coming for you.
But why is Kyria out for revenge anyway? Doesn't he know about Yelena's decision to sacrifice herself?
I don't think he knew his sister was nearing death.
He probably didn't know everything, but the irony is if the Auguste flower is back, he himself is probably using a delusion and throwing away his life the way his sister didn't want him to.
Yelena always wore heavy makeup around him to conceal her deteriorating appearance. She kept herself busy with work to keep out of sight. That way her brother wouldn't notice how she could barely walk.
Then all we'll need to do is tell Kyria what really happened, and then he'll give up on his revenge.
Oh, Paimon.
I'm not so sure.
I don't think it's that simple,
Even
yeah.
if he knew the truth, he'd still find someone to blame. He might think Yelena was forced into using a delusion to cultivate
Yeah.
a goose. Or something like that.
Someone like Kale would know.
It's hard to pull yourself out of that kind of hatred. Especially when you've been living in that headspace for so many years.
Oh, Kale.
Very true. Even if Yelena's death was her own choice, I wouldn't call myself innocent either.
Edgar, what are you talking about?
Because he used the flowers fully knowing what they were, fully knowing that she was harming herself to create them, and he knows he's responsible for her continuing to do that.
Think about it, Sylvain. If we hadn't been in such a hurry to capitalize on the perfume mania all those years ago, do you think Yelena would have elected to take those risks? If we hadn't been so blinded by greed, so insistent on increasing the scale of the flower cultivation, do you think Yelena's health would have deteriorated as fast as it did?
And you might have even found a way to cultivate the flower without using a delusion. Like, I'm wondering if a vision would have a similar effect with elemental energy.
If we hadn't invited the Marechaussee Phantom to our doorstep by breaking the law at every turn, Yelena could have survived.
She knew her limits. She knew her days were numbered. Maybe it was for her brother, but she was in it for the Mora just as much as us. We were just trying to earn a bit of Mora. And what, we deserve to die for that? Target me for being the mastermind, sure. But what about Lucien? He was just following my orders.
Yeah. So, I mean, the stories are so complex. Nothing's ever black and white. I'd say you definitely profited off of somebody who was trying to do something for much more noble reasons than you. You were trying to make money. She was trying to build a future for her brother. And you just took advantage of that. But indeed, she was fully aware of what she was doing. She was in control of her own decisions. She knew what she was getting into. No one forced her to do this. You took advantage of her desire to protect her brother, but she had full choice over going along with it. But also, it's true. Do you deserve to die for that? Is this crime worth punishing with death? Clearly, Kyria does want Sylvain to know what it's like to lose a sibling. He wants Sylvain, the mastermind, to feel pain. That's why he targeted him.
Lucien's crime, was it really so extreme that he had to pay for it with his life?
Well,
The only person
Yeah.
that can answer that question is a
that's
judge.
actually what I was gonna say. That's what the court is for.
Fine. I've said my piece anyway. Drag me back to Fontaine to stand trial. I don't care.
3 people from Fontaine, 1 from Snezhnaya, and a crime committed in Port Ormos. What a headache.
Yeah. So what's gonna happen now?
Well, we can only wait until the Academia sends someone to deal with it. I'm guessing we'll have to contact Fontaine as
Yeah,
well.
this is probably a diplomatic
In any case, we
nightmare.
won't really know anything until tomorrow. With the exhibition, we don't even have space in Port Ormos to detain anyone. Such a
Well, you'll have to
headache.
set up a camp outside then. The city limits.
The hotel could suffice.
Oh yeah,
You
or
could
that.
station a few officers to keep an eye on Sylvain and myself. Although with Sylvain's mental state and my physical one, I don't think you need to worry about a jailbreak.
Mr. Edgar, are you saying...
Yeah, he's turning himself in.
If Sylvain is to stand trial, then I deserve the same fate. A crime is a crime, accomplice or not. I'd just like to take care of a few things before I go. Say goodbye to my plants and all that. As for Sylvain, I'm
His
sure he
plants.
also has some goodbyes of his own.
Was it all worth it?
Would you
in the
be
end?
willing to grant that request, Sheriff?
Indeed, I don't think his brother deserved to die. Nor could anyone foresee that he would pay for this with his life. But I hope you're thinking to yourself now, was it really worth that? Was all of this big money scheme, worth the outcome? Maybe it wasn't predictable, but maybe it was predictable something bad was eventually going to happen. Maybe not this, but something. Was it worth it?
Well, all right. I'll talk to the Academia. No matter who you were in Fontaine or what crimes you committed, the man we grew to know in Sumeru proved himself to be a good person. Your request is granted.
You have my thanks, Sheriff.
But if we wait until tomorrow, doesn't that mean something could still happen tonight?
Happen tonight? Oh, you mean the possibility that Kiria might try to finish what he started?
Yeah.
Yeah! All we know is that he uses a goose to poison people, but we still have no idea how to catch him in the act. If he targets Sylvain or Edgar again, we might not be able to stop him.
That may be true, but what if we can take advantage of his desperation?
Desperation?
If we take advantage of this situation and lure him in on purpose, we might finally have the chance.
Oh, so use
to
himself
talk
as
to him.
Edgar wants to use himself
Master,
as bait.
no. That's too dangerous.
So, that's your plan. If Kiria learns we're being taken away tomorrow, his last chance to enact his revenge would be tonight. In other words, you want to use us as bait to capture him.
Capture?
Yes.
Not necessarily. I just want to talk. What? Are you afraid of him?
Yeah, he is afraid of him.
Afraid? This is my only chance to make him pay for what he did. I'm spending the rest of my life in prison anyway. I can't just sit back and let him ride off into the sunset with our fortune. There's no way I'm letting him get away with it. Not after what he did to Lucian. As for the danger, everyone else just needs to make preparations in advance to protect us.
I'll admit, it could work. We just need to spread the word that
Yeah?
Edgar and Sylvain
Guess we
are
will have to
leaving
protect
tomorrow.
him then.
Then I'll station some of my men around the hotel. If we have your assistance as well, our
I
chance
don't
of
like having to
success would be
agree
even
with
higher.
whatever this guy is
I
saying.
still have
but
some
yeah,
reservations.
I
But
admit,
if
it's a
you
good
insist
plan.
on carrying out this plan, I won't deny you my help.
Well, we can stand our
I'll
help
also
stand
keep
guard.
watch.
Although
you,
I
Kame.
think Sylvain and myself should remain alone in our respective rooms. If
Yeah.
Kiria noticed another person in the room, he might decide to turn back. And besides, it's possible he's already transformed Auguste into a potent toxic gas.
You mean if he doesn't see a way to get his hands on the two of you, he might get so desperate that he'll just start using a goose on everybody?
If that were to happen, everyone standing guard, even the innocent citizens in Port Ormos would all be in danger.
Gas chamber, all
That's why everyone else needs
Poor
to keep
Ormos.
to the shadows.
of. Aww. Please rest.
You're still recovering. You need to rest.
This old bag of bones doesn't bounce back like it used to. I suppose I'll just have to leave the rest to you.
I mean, it's remarkable it didn't
All
kill
right,
you.
we can figure out a plan to keep
Like it
watch
killed-
later. Right now,
Yeah,
I say
he
we split
drank
up.
it. Don't you
start
think that'd be a lot
spreading
more
that information
concentrated than
before it's too
inhaling
late.
it? And yet it killed Lucian, and Edgar still is able to recover. The news of Auguste, as well as Edgar and Sylvain's departure, begins to spread. Uh-oh. The rumors might be out of control now.
Have you heard? Mr. Edgar's been detained. He's being taken away tomorrow.
What? He's the one who helped craft all the fragrances for our shop.
He taught my child how to make perfume. How could this happen?
He hasn't been convicted yet. Let's just wait and see what the court has to say.
Oh,
Yeah.
everyone on the street is talking about the rumors. No matter where Kiri is hiding, he must have heard them by now. Let's head back to the hotel and take a break. We can
Yeah,
see how
so
the
he'll
other
make his
preparations
move
are
now
going while
before
we're
he
at
loses
it.
the chance. Alright. Return to the area near the inn. I don't know what I'm reading. I'm tired. I'm tired, but this is a great murder mystery if I've ever seen one. That's for sure.
Emily, Sheriff Xian wants to talk to you and the Traveler about our plans for the Night Watch.
Thank you, Kale. But first, here. I prepared a kind of herbal tea that helps calm the spirit. Why don't you have some?
Oh, that's very kind of you, but I'm okay.
Oh, it's not good to be so tense, especially when we've got a long night ahead of us. I don't mean to put you on the spot, but I couldn't help but notice that something seems to be on your mind.
Aww.
Was it
I
that
like seeing
obvious?
all the characters take care
You
of
seem
Kale.
very preoccupied with Kiria's revenge. If there's anything you want to talk about, I'm happy to listen.
Oh,
Hi, Kale.
Hey, Emily, Kale. Oh, are we interrupting something? No, not at all. This will be easier to talk through with you here anyway.
Then I'm happy to be
I've just
here.
been thinking. If Kiria has the capacity to commit murder while remaining completely undetected, why didn't he target Sylvain along with Lucien last night? There was just a single door separating them. If his intention was to target both brothers, then there was barely anything standing in his way.
I imagine he wanted to
Don't you
inflict
think?
pain.
When I accompanied
And watch
Sylvain
Sylvain
to his
suffer
room
before he
after
kills
Lucien
him.
died and saw how distraught he was, I suddenly realized maybe Kiria did that on purpose. Maybe he wanted Sylvain to experience the pain of losing a loved one before he completed his ultimate revenge.
Yeah, that's
So
what I
did
think
he
too.
attack Edgar as a warning then? To scare Sylvain and Lucien?
Based on what we've heard about Kiria, that may very well be the case.
Losing his sister all those years ago. What has been going through his head? What has he been forced to endure? Whenever I get to thinking like that, I just can't help but wonder. If I were in his place, would I be able to let go of that hatred?
Oh, Kale.
I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't think like that. Not after everything he's done. But I just can't help it.
It's okay, because you've been in a dark place like that before too. Lost everything. Yeah. You know, that someone like Kale has endured so much and might be able to empathize with that. And maybe that shows that sometimes even people who do bad things are not so different from the rest of us. They're just hurting inside, and no one's ever been able to help them with that hurting before. But you were, thanks to all the people that you were able to meet, you're in a much better place now, Kale, and we're all so proud of you. And, well, we can only see how things go with Kiria now, too.
There's nothing wrong with the way you're feeling. Empathy is a part of human nature.
Exactly.
In all my years of cleaning up crime scenes, I've witnessed countless families mourn their loved ones. Their cries of devastation and anger still echo through my mind, even now. Some of them even try to stop me, begging me not to erase the last remnants of their loved ones. But getting swept up in those emotions will corrupt your judgment. Surround yourself with fragrance for too long, and your sense of smell will become dull. Allow yourself to be consumed by your emotions, and you lose the ability to think rationally. So while you hold on to that sense of empathy, you also need to ask yourself, do Sylvain and Lucien really deserve to die? How much did they truly know about the Fatui and the delusion? Did they force Yelena to make those decisions? Answering those questions requires a lot of time and evidence, while a single act of vengeance can put those answers forever out of our reach. I've witnessed a lot of deaths in Fontaine. When someone dies, a certain amount of information can be inferred from the traces left behind at the scene. But generally speaking, death will just leave most questions unanswered, and the whole picture ever incomplete.
And most importantly, it won't resolve the pain you're feeling within your heart. It won't bring back the person that you miss the most.
Once you're consumed by hatred, it will become next to impossible to think about things that way. For someone like Kyria, I'm sure right and wrong lost all meaning a long time ago.
Yeah.
You're right. The fact that we can approach these questions from this perspective isn't because we're more rational than them. It's because we're fortunate enough not to have suffered that kind of loss. But that also makes us perfectly positioned to stand on the outside and try to pull them back from the brink before it's too late. I understand Kyria's decision, but I still want to stop him. Master, Sylvain, and Kyria. They all deserve to survive.
Huh. The fortunate and the unfortunate.
The master watches his student become the master.
Emilie, traveler. Huh? Edgar, you're here too?
Oh, it's you two! Didn't you head back to your room to rest, Edgar? Is it really okay for you to be out and about like this?
A little exercise never hurt anyone. Besides, I don't have much time left in Sumeru. So I'd like to take care of my plants while I still can.
We could do that for you, Master.
No need.
He wants
I've
the
grown
chance to say
attached to
goodbye to
these
them.
flowers. And this is my last chance to say goodbye. Come tomorrow.
They're beautiful
I'll
flowers.
be happy to entrust their care to you. I would imagine Sheriff Sham is here for a more important reason.
The Night Watch! You mentioned earlier that we still need to confirm our plans.
That's right. I've stationed some of my men around the surrounding area, but we still don't have anyone standing guard next to Sylvain's room.
Next to Sylvain's room? You mean in Lucien's room?
Exactly. After some discussion, we concluded that Sylvain has the highest risk of being attacked next. You're the most skilled fighter here, traveler. And Emilie's expertise is sure to come in handy in a pinch. That's why I want you two stationed next to Sylvain's room.
Got
so,
it.
Are you up for it?
Yeah, that's fine with me. What about you, Emilie?
Sounds perfectly reasonable. I'll be glad to have your help tonight, traveler.
Glad to help. Alright. Enter Lucien's room. Yeah, very interesting murder mystery case here. You wait in Lucien's room for quite a long time. Small sparkles coming from the windows.
Has Kyria given up on his revenge?
Either that or Sylvain is dead in the room next to us with the Auguste filling up the room and gassing him to death. Just like that.
Guess we'll have to keep at it.
Because remember, Sylvain didn't hear when Lucien died. We should probably watch out for this, you know?
Still nothing unusual. Paimon took a peek into the room next door and Sylvain's already sleeping.
Oh, okay. Well, is he sleeping or is he dead? Sham hasn't issued a warning either.
Perhaps Kyria's true motive was simply forcing Sylvain to confess his crimes. No, that can't be right. If all he wanted was for Sylvain to be convicted for his true crimes, he could have tipped off the Marechaussee Phantom years ago.
Yeah, and he already killed Lucien. There's no reason to stop there.
There must be something we're missing. Something extremely important.
Maybe we just need to calm down a little. How about some tea? That herbal blend from earlier was pretty tasty.
We can't abandon our post. There's nothing here that we can use to make tea.
You're right. Maybe we can look for a different distraction then, like looking at the flowers.
Okay, what clue can we find from the
There's a
flowers?
glass lily here. Paimon didn't notice it earlier.
You know, if I had to take a guess, it's that Kyria is not a fool. He's gonna know there's people in the room next door. He's waiting for us to get distracted before he makes his move. Either that or the flowers have some kind of clue too. Because they don't bloom during the day, they only bloom at night.
Flowers, glaze lilies, incense. Oh no! Sylvain's room! Quick!
What did I tell you? Is he sleeping or is he dead? Emilie rushes next door. A strange floral fragrance saturates the room. Sylvain lies unmoving in the bed, already fully unconscious. Hey, what did I tell you?
Someone was attacked again last
night. What did I tell
It
you?
was the older of the merchant brothers, right?
Yeah, I think his name was Sylvain. Poor guy was murdered in cold blood.
He's died?
First was Mr. Edgar, then that merchant named Lucian, and now this.
Listen up, everyone. This is an active crime scene. Please, no loitering.
It's been 3 days and they haven't even caught a glimpse of the guy. What is going on?
Yeah, what is going
Do
on?
you think it could be the work of an evil spirit? I mean, how do you get away with something like that with so many people watching?
I'm just trying to think, is there somebody else here that Kyria could be disguised as? Like, I'm thinking maybe the sheriff, but I highly doubt that. The sheriff has not been suspicious at all.
Keep it moving, everyone. No loitering.
Is there somebody else that we know that Kyria could be pretending to be? Edgar, you're the only one left.
I suppose I'm next.
You don't know that. Kyria already attacked you once, and you survived. Perhaps he doesn't consider your crime to be worthy of death.
You were the only reason I managed to survive, Emilie. I never did thank you for that, did I?
Even if I wasn't there, Tainari was also in the vicinity. He would have been able to help.
Is that so?
Was there somebody standing there?
A very fortunate person.
I couldn't tell.
I have exceptional students, caring friends, and the respect of my peers. If it is indeed my time to go, then I'll die without regrets. But Kyria has nothing. Yelena is gone. Now, his enemies are too. It really makes you wonder if there's even a reason to keep on living.
If you really want an answer, I suppose you'll have to ask Kyria himself once we finally catch him.
Well, I hope it all goes well. Emilie, there's something else I'd like to ask of you. With everything that's happened, holding the exhibition is off the table now.
Yeah.
But so many flowers were transported here for the show. Some of them thousands of miles away from their homeland. I can't let them wither away with no one to care for them. Whether Kyria gets to me first, or I'm sent back to Fontaine to stand trial, I won't be around to look after them. I know it's a lot to ask, but could I entrust them to your care?
Of course, Master.
Really? Oh, I'm glad to hear it.
The
Now
flowers
I
deserve to have a
truly
happy ending.
have nothing to worry about.
A little bit
Sheriff
of beauty in
Sham
the world.
still has some questions for me, so I've gotta go.
Go ahead. Best not to keep him waiting. He can be quite impatient.
I'm sorry, Master.
Those ones are lovely. Oh, it's beautiful to be surrounded in flowers. Huh? He took out a bottle.
Now they're all nice.
He took out a bottle.
Paimon sure hopes Emily's plan will go well. Oh, but
There's no
Holly
way.
still looks quite worried. Let's go talk to her.
There's no way. Is Edgar working with him? He pulled out a bottle.
Emily still isn't back. I hope she didn't run into any trouble.
She's extremely meticulous. I'm sure she's prepared to handle anything that might come her
Yeah,
way.
that's true.
Traveler, I had my men start spreading the information you requested. The crowd is gone now too, but I have to admit, I'm not really sure what's going on. After listening to Emily's plan, I started getting the materials together and arranging personnel. I barely had a second to spare last night.
Yeah, what is this plan?
I'm still not sure how the crime was committed that night.
It's pretty simple, actually.
The key clue was right in front of us the entire time!
Feels like you've been waiting to say that for a while, Paimon. I can't believe we haven't gotten Paimon on with her, like, you know how Paimon has her detective glasses? I can't believe Paimon hasn't worn those yet this entire story quest.
Let's go! We'll show you where the culprit hid a goose.
Alright, was it really so obvious? Oh, was it the incense? The incense slowly rising into the air. It seems familiar somehow. Emily checked it last night. Turns out it's spirit Borneo.
Was this incense originally in Lucian's room? It must have been moved here before nightfall yesterday.
Is it there to mask the scent? Okay, I figured it probably wasn't this, because that's way too obvious. Point out where it was hiding in the flowers, because the flowers would mask it. Oh, so it wasn't Edgar pulling it out like he was working with Kyria. He found... Kyria was going to kill him. He found the bottle before it could be used to kill him. Oh, that's ingenious. That makes sense. They kept talking about how the flowers are like masking the scent of everything. The corners are filled with flowers from different nations. The fragrance is incredibly strong. The glazed lily is swaying gently, its petal closed. There's a ring of moisture around the rim of the petals that feels sticky to the touch. Aw, poor glazed lilies.
This is it!
The glazed lily is hiding inside the glazed lily? And it's hiding inside the glazed lily, and the glazed lily opens up.
Huh? I think I've heard of it before.
Opens up at nighttime to
flower
release
from
the
Liyue,
poison.
right.
That makes sense.
Well, did you know it only blooms at night?
Yes, we did. I understand
Emily,
now.
You're back!
How did it go?
Exactly as expected.
A flower that only blooms at night. Ah, like the Neelatpala lotus.
Right, except one that people in Samara wouldn't be as
Exactly.
familiar with.
Although the Neelatpala lotus wouldn't be a good substitute in this scenario. When it's closed, the gaps between the petals are too large. That's why Kyria chose the glaze lily as his mechanism. He would
Kyria
start
in
by
quotation
preparing
marks?
an Agus sample.
In order to set up the mechanism, he took a goose and dabbed it on the outside of the... No, he wouldn't put it on the outside
If
of the
applied
petals.
to the outside, you would still be able to smell a goose.
Yeah, flower pot.
If poured into the flower pot, the liquid would seep into the soil.
Yeah, no, that's not it. It's
There's a
definitely...
sticky substance on the edge of the flower petals. It's one I If you stick the petals together with slime condensate, then, in the daytime, the glaze lily would act almost like a hidden container.
And something that we didn't even notice until they opened up in the nighttime.
That's right! He applied a diluted form of slime condensate to the petals to stick them together and enclosed a sample of Agoost in the center. That way, the Agoost would remain trapped inside during the daytime, unable to seep between the petals and evaporate into the air. This also allowed the culprit to plant the poison well in advance, while his targets remained oblivious.
So we didn't even see him coming because he
However,
did it well
the
in
diluted
advance.
slime condensate wouldn't be viscous enough to prevent the petals of the glaze lily from opening at night. So by nightfall, the flower would bloom, thereby forcing the target to inhale the Agoost trapped inside.
There we go.
Kyria
We
could
figured it
execute
out.
his revenge without having to step foot inside the room during the night.
By the next morning, the sample of Agoost would have nearly fully evaporated. The glaze lily would have already closed its petals, and any lingering odor would be concealed by the fragrance of the other flowers in the room.
So wait. So when Edgar just pulled out the bottle just now, because the Agoost has been hiding in the flower petals, it hasn't been in a bottle. I'm confused by that. Because if Edgar was the one perpetrating the crime, why would he chug a whole bottle of it himself? I don't think he was responsible for the crime, but what is going on? His mission would be accomplished. The biggest thing is we have not seen Kyria up until this point, or any trace of him, which leads me to believe he could actually be anyone in the situation that's still alive.
Wait a second. You're telling me this version of a goose is so toxic, inhaling the minute amount trapped inside a flower is enough to kill a grown man?
Yeah, that still
And
seems
how
a
did
bit
Edgar even
odd.
survive ingesting a whole bottle of the stuff?
That's what I was wondering. I was like, that's what I said before. That stuff would be super concentrated. How come Lucien died, but Edgar lived? He said it's because Emilie saved him. But I'm wondering now if Edgar is impersonating Kyria to kill the other two merchants.
That's because a goose is just as dangerous now as it was all those years ago. The level of toxicity has never changed. Only a small subset of people are truly at risk.
Ah, you mean people who are sensitive to elemental energy. So it's just some sort of happy coincidence that Sylvain
Or
and
not.
Lucien
I
are
don't
allergic to
think
the stuff?
Edgar's a bad guy, but I'm
Can't be
so
right.
confused what that meant by
They were
him pulling up
involved in
a
the
bottle of
operation all those years ago.
a goose out of the flower.
If the stuff gave them a bad reaction, they would have known from the very start.
I wouldn't use the word allergic necessarily. It's more like they're susceptible to its effects. But that distinction isn't important right now. You can think of it this way. It's not that Sylvain and Lucien are innately sensitive to elemental energy, but that Kyria found a way to ensure that they would be.
And notice this is the second time she's referring to Kyria in quotation marks. Almost like she already knows the answer. She said, "I'm sorry, master." It's almost like she already knows. He executed the poison using...
In Fontaine, I experienced how drinking primordial seawater made me more attuned to the element of hydro. But that substance would be hard to get around here.
Especially since, the whole crisis with Fontaine has made it appear in very short supply.
All kinds of essential oils commonly found in alchemical products can temporarily increase elemental affinity. But it would be difficult to force someone to use them without knowing it.
The incense.
The incense I smelled earlier seemed familiar. Thinking back on it, I'm almost certain it was the scent of Spirit Borneo.
Which is what they use to do Satyavada life, which is attuning to... Yeah, that's
In
that.
Sumeru, scholars use Spirit Borneo to aid meditation and stimulate their connection to the Dendro Archon.
Would make them more susceptible to elemental energy.
Alchemically produced essential oils, the primordial seawater that caused unrest in Fontaine not too long ago. All of those are substances that can heighten your sensitivity to elemental energy.
And yet Kyria chose Spirit Borneo.
That stuff gave us a lot of trouble when we first came to Sumeru. Ah, yes. I definitely remember that.
That's when we first met.
In Sumeru, it's not uncommon to use incense indoors, so its presence wouldn't arouse suspicion. The flowers in the room could also serve to mask the scent.
Flowers were pretty important to this plan, huh? The glazed lily is native to Liyue. It would be completely unnatural to have one here in Sumeru if it weren't for the exhibition. What a
Guys,
coincidence.
I've already put this together. As I said, I think Edgar is impersonating Kyria to murder the other two. It's Edgar the one. That's why he pulled the bottle of Auguste. But he must be working with Kyria. Because how else would he get the bottle of Auguste? If he'd been able to reproduce it himself this whole time, he probably would have already done so. He probably is working with Kyria. They're probably working together to murder the two brothers. I'm saying this because it can't be a coincidence about the flower exhibition. Edgar's in on this. That's why the exhibition's happening now.
Actually, it's not a coincidence at all.
The exhibition, the hotel, it was all a meticulously designed trap.
No wonder he was willing to pay a small fortune to rent out the hotel. He probably used the Mora Yelena left him, don't you think? That money was supposed to set him free.
Instead, he used it for revenge, and probably used the delusion, too, that Yelena never wanted him to use.
But in the end, it was just a tool for his revenge.
There's a saying among forensic doctors in Fontaine. Every step you take leaves a mark. But up until this point, we haven't been able to detect any trace of Kiria's activities. That's not because he was coming and going undetected, or because he's some kind of evil spirit.
He stayed away from the
but
crime scene
because
this
he's
whole
been
time.
disguised as someone else this entire time.
Yeah. The real murderer is Edgar.
Creating such an intricate mechanism out of a glaze lily. Setting up the spirit borneal in advance. And arranging for Sylvain and Lucien to stay at the hotel.
And the entire flower exhibition in the first
It all
place.
points to one person. The expert in charge of the entire
And
exhibition.
so Emilie saying, "I'm sorry, Masters," because she already knew that he was the culprit all along. The real
Kyria
murderer.
and Edgar are one and the same.
But Kyria was only in his teens back then. He wouldn't even be 40 years old by now.
Yeah. And I was gonna say, if Kyria was somebody that Edgar just made up right now, but Sylvain and Lucien knew about Kyria. They said nobody else knew that Yelena had a brother, but 3 of them knew. So this wasn't like some new character that Edgar came up with right now. I'm still... Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking.
Edgar's lived here for so many years. Even if he changed his appearance, going that long without giving anything
They're
away...
working. They must be working
it would
together.
be impossible.
Bad news, Sheriff. Mr. Edgar was attacked.
What?
A dark shadow-like figure just ran out of his room. It was giving off a really ominous aura.
What?
But before we could even react, the figure up and disappeared like some sort of ghost or something. By the time we got a look inside the room, Mr. Edgar was gone. Do you think Kyria kidnapped him?
He was gone, so he's not dead. So the shadow figure could have been Edgar.
I need you to think very carefully about this. Are you certain that figure wasn't Edgar himself?
I mean, Mr. Edgar was so frail. I don't see how he could have moved that
That's
fast.
the thing, is Kyria should be relatively young. Edgar's old and frail. So it's not like Kyria could pose as Edgar, or Edgar could pose as Kyria. What is happening? I'm trying to think, is there any evidence we've seen in this story so far about like shape-shifting or taking appearances?
It would seem Master decided to tap into an ill-advised source of power.
What? But that's so dangerous with the condition he's in. It's...
Suicide. I'm thinking the delusion. Remember Tepe in Inazuma? The sad story of Tepe? Well, that made him old. Using the delusion made him turn really old. That would be how Kyria can turn himself. He wouldn't have done it on purpose, but if he's using the delusion to make a ghost himself, that would make him look really old. But still shouldn't make him look the same as Edgar. There's something that's still not adding up here. Suicide.
But why? Why would he do that? He's already accomplished his revenge.
No. If his aim was to target everyone who had a hand in Yelena's death...
That includes
If he
himself.
left Sylvain alive yesterday, not out of a desire to see him suffer, but to confirm the truth about why Yelena chose to die...
I realize the real Edgar could have died a long time ago, and Kyria has been impersonating him this entire time. And the fact that Sylvain and Lucien and Emilie haven't seen him in a long time, or specifically Sylvain and Lucien, means they wouldn't recognize it was Kyria and not Edgar. The real Edgar was probably never here in the first place. It was probably Kyria using the delusion, aging himself. And because he felt that his sister sacrificed herself for him in his depression and despair, is going to throw his life away because he believes he's responsible for her death. Oh my gosh, that's so sad. In his rage and despair, he's lost sight of the true meaning of all this, which is his sister didn't want him to die or live a bad life. She wanted him to live on and have a better life than she had.
Then there's still one target left.
One target left? The real Edgar?
The shadow-like figure ran in the direction of the elevator, and my partner immediately chased after them.
We should hurry
Base
before
note,
they're
a
forced to
goose.
confront each other.
I'm confused. I'm still confused if Kiria and Edgar are the same person or when the switch might have occurred, if a switch occurred at all.
Ghost! It's a ghost!
It's all right. Please, calm down and take a deep breath. Can you tell us what you saw?
My current theory. The real Edgar has been gone for a long time. Kiria took his place and became Edgar. The Edgar that Emilie met when she was training was actually Kiria. He's been using the delusion, which has made him grow old faster. And the delusion also stops him from being frail, so he can get up and go again. That's what we saw with Tepe as well. And that's so sad. Because in his despair, he's become exactly the thing his sister never wanted him to be. Using the delusion, out for revenge, throwing his life away, when everything she wanted was for a better life for him. He's gonna end his life because he thinks that he's the reason she died. But think about what she would have wanted.
I saw a black shadow. It ran right past me.
Towards the other scared merchant over there?
How could something like that happen in broad daylight?
That way, base note a goose.
This is terrifying.
This is terrifying. Yeah. This is a mastermind. A mastermind of a plan.
If we go any further, we'll be out of Port Ormos. There'll be hardly any witnesses.
It's all right. I can detect a faint whiff of the scent from here. I would say he passed by this location not too long ago. It's this way. Please, follow me.
Alright. Oh, entering a story domain. Probably. Yeah? Okay, let's see, we can take this. There's gotta be a way up the mountain, surely. No! It's been so long since I had to deal with all these Rishbullen tigers. Let's see. Come on, there has to be a better way. Oh, wait, is it on this level? I think it's on this level. There it is. I see the domain entrance right there.
The scent is getting stronger.
I see it.
This must be the place.
The secret garden of Auguste. The ominous scent and the fragrance of Auguste have led you here. The journey is at its end and the vengeance is nigh. Whoa. Alright, here we go.
Oh! O's!
Oh, that must be her
Are
partner.
you alright? Were you attacked?
No, I'm alright. I was just chasing after that figure, and then, all of a sudden, I didn't feel so hot.
Then that probably means you're not alright. In this case.
The air definitely feels heavy. It smells nice, but for some reason, it's hard to breathe.
Yeah.
This feeling, I've encountered it before.
Everything looks all right. It was probably just the stress of the chase, combined with the impact of the environment.
Meanwhile, we're probably actually all dying of a ghost right now.
Good.
I can't rest. Mr. Edgar is still in there. He taught my sister how to make perfume. He's a good man. I can't just abandon him to die by Curia's hand.
And now I realize is that when Edgar appeared in Sumeru, he stopped making perfumes and only focused on teaching? What if it's because he didn't know how to make new perfumes because it wasn't Edgar in the first place, the one that appeared in Sumeru?
Oz, you need to calm down and listen to me. Edgar is the one we're after. He and Kiria are the same person.
But how is that possible? I thought you said Kiria was in his 30s. Mr. Edgar is 70-something. Changing your appearance to look decades older, that doesn't seem possible.
Except for the case that we saw
That's
with Pepe.
precisely why he had to resort to extraordinary measures to age himself.
A delusion.
Kiria used a delusion to bring back the Auguste flower, corroding his body in the process, just like his older sister.
No. He couldn't have. Mr. Edgar has been in Port Ormos for years. If someone started impersonating him all of a sudden, we would have noticed.
That's because it was Kiria the entire time.
And what if the impersonation started before he ever set foot in Sumeru?
Yeah.
I've yet to confirm it, but I suspect Kiria killed the real Edgar in Fontaine not long after his release from prison.
Yep, that's
While
what I'm
Edgar
thinking
was
too.
incarcerated, Kiria started making preparations to replace him, including forcefully aging his body, studying perfumery, and planning the real Edgar's demise. The new Edgar then decided to relocate to Sumeru, seemingly out of an innocuous desire to let go of the past. He even left perfume making in favor of mentoring students. But these
Because he didn't know how to make
were all
the
for a specific
perfumes,
purpose,
like new
the need
perfumes.
to distance himself from anyone who might see through the facade. And Sumeru fit the bill to a T, with no one around to question his identity. All he had to do was grow a beard, don a pair of glasses, make a few minor alterations to his appearance, and everyone would believe he was exactly who he claimed, Edgar, a perfumer from Fontaine. As the years went by, he removed his disguise little by little and continued to refine his skills. It would have been a gradual process, one that ensured no one around him would notice anything unusual.
That explains why Sylvain
I
said he
was
barely
right.
recognized Edgar back at the hotel. He
Yeah.
aged himself decades beyond his years just so he could accomplish his revenge. Is that even worth it?
That's how obsessed with revenge he is.
I need to find Mr. Edgar. He's not that kind of person. He can't be.
What you really need is to get out of here and rest.
No, I can keep going.
Wait. This environment is likely being influenced by the delusion. Any discomfort, no matter how slight,
Yeah.
should not be treated lightly.
I don't know
I
how
know
you
how
use
to
the
relieve
delusion
your
to influence an
symptoms,
entire
Mr.
environment, but
Please
if it's a
come with me and
dendro
rest.
delusion, maybe that's
I'm sure
how it
Kiria-
works.
No, Edgar wouldn't want any more innocent people implicated in all this.
Kale's right. The Traveler and I will take things from here. From our brief exposure to a goose, it would seem the substance has little effect on us.
Yeah.
This leads me to believe those blessed with a vision or capable of wielding elemental power are more resistant to the effects of abnormal elemental energy.
Which is generally
In other
true
words,
for most of the
this
cases we've
environment
been
doesn't
in.
pose as much of a risk to us. Actually, now that I think about it, this stronghold likely has multiple points of entry. If the target were to escape from a different point of entry, that might allow him to evade capture.
So you guys should probably cover those
I hate
entrances
to trouble
instead.
you, but we need people to survey the
Yeah,
perimeter.
we gotta cover those entrances.
Thanks. Hear that? We're heading out. There's work to be done. Ooze, head back to Port Ormos and start gathering reinforcements.
Yeah,
Got
we
it.
have this guy cornered.
Traveler, Emilie, Paimon, please be careful.
We will. Thank you, Kale.
For someone whose only purpose in life is revenge, there's no telling what they'll do when there's no reason to move forward.
Don't worry. This isn't the end. Not for us or for Kiria.
Yeah, but who knows what he'll do.
We're
He's
not
most
going to
definitely
let
not.
a goose kill anyone else. It's time for the mythos to fade
He's
into
not
obscurity.
thinking rationally. Yeah, let's let it fade into obscurity. He's not thinking rationally. If he was, he would realize he's throwing away everything his sister ever wanted for him.
Monsters?
Is it worth it? The
Perhaps
pain
they
you
were
feel
attracted
to
here
throw
by the
away
increased
everything,
level
the
of
last
elemental
traces of
energy.
your loved one's legacy? If he was thinking rationally, you probably wouldn't think so.
Strike a pose!
Ah, I'll bury you!
I'll bury you!
I've never seen these seeds before. They must also have been created with the power of a delusion. It seems to be avoiding us, and there's no other way forward. Perhaps we could try luring it to the edge of the cliff.
It can move, which is unusual for a seed, but there we go. Go further in. It made this bridge for us. How nice of you. See.
Whoa, look at all the Auguste flowers! There are so many of them. I can't believe a single person did all this. Must have taken a lot of time.
I fear that statement is truer than you know, Paimon. Using a delusion comes at a
He
cost.
had a lot of
Not
time,
just time
to think about
but the
this.
time
He
you
has
have
been
left to
obsessed with this for years if he's laid the groundwork this far.
Auguste flowers. He only needed a few bottles of Auguste to carry out his plan, right?
Well, it was to age himself, right?
Perhaps hatred wasn't the only emotion fueling his obsession with Auguste.
What do you mean?
Not long ago, he told me he didn't want all the flowers transported to Sumeru to wither away in a foreign land. But Kyria betrayed Snezhnaya, abandoned Fontaine, and lived his entire life in Sumeru under the guise of someone else. For someone with nowhere to call home, perhaps dying among a bed of Auguste flowers just like his sister is the best homecoming he could ask for.
So again, it's beautiful to die in a bed of flowers like this, but the reason behind it is so sad. What the? How come that didn't work? What? No, 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 no. What happened? Oh, I was just supposed to use this seed. Okay. Understood. Understood. Okay. Yeah. What a beautiful cave. Yeah. The way this murder mystery has just unfolded, unraveled. It's like, whoa, this guy has been prepping this for years. But that just is, it's so sad then to see how lost in revenge he has been. That he's been... this is what he's turned his entire life into.
Let's nip that in the bud. And shroud.
There we go. There we go. I know Emilie's better for burn teams than bloom teams, but we gotta go with my theme team. There we go. Thanks, Shivers. And I know Shivers is better for overload teams than anything else, but the way it all works out. Alright. Investigate. Seed. Alright, come on, Seed. Come with me. And Farina's little buddies. What are these lights? Those are beautiful.
A plant that destroys seeds. Huh. Quite the ecological marvel.
Interesting.
Let's head back to the place where the seeds first appeared.
Yeah, why would you need that? Other than to create a difficult puzzle for us to do right now. No, no, no. Don't go that way. Why? But I feel like the way I'm getting it to move, it moves and it's so sensitive. No, 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 no. Yeah, it moves in such a different direction sometimes than I think it will. There we go. Go further in.
The scent of flowers is getting stronger. We're almost at the end.
Oh, the flower trail leading here. Oh, it is him. Kyria.
The scent of flowers is getting stronger. We're almost at the end.
Did they catch up that fast? No. My strength is just waning.
Oh, there it is, the delusion.
But it doesn't matter. This is far enough.
He drank it before. Why is he drinking it now? It's because he... I get it now. He drank the whole potion, the whole amount of a goose before because he trusted his plan would work and was going to die before even Sylvain and Lucien died. But that didn't work out. Now he's coming here.
This is a garden of Auguste flowers. But it's not mine. It's the one that was set on fire all those years ago in Fontaine. Yelena? Yelena! You tried to hide it from me, but I always understood. The reason why you continued to use the delusion, the reason why you set your garden on fire, it was all because of me. I shouldn't have listened to you that day. I shouldn't have taken the Mora and ran. But by the time I realized something wasn't right, there was nothing left. The flowers were gone. And so were you. I know I'm almost 20 years too late. I should have come looking for you earlier. I should have died with you that day. Yelena? Yelena!
She never wanted you to die
No.
with her.
Don't leave me. Please. Yelena!
If she were here, she would be disappointed in... She would be disappointed in how you wasted her gift. I think she would still love you unconditionally. But you threw away everything that she sacrificed for. All of it. You wasted all the money. You spent all those years consumed by hatred instead of trying to make something for yourself. You plotted this murder plot, this revenge, so carefully. Instead of just being a better person who made something of their life like she wanted you to. You threw away everything she ever stood for.
Emilie? I'm alive. No, that's not possible. I saw her. Yelena. We were together.
That was an illusion, likely brought about by the residual toxin in your body coupled with the pollen in the air, neither of which are fatal.
No. The amount of Auguste I drank, it should have been enough.
I'm sorry to say this, but that was a fake.
A fake? But how?
We started making the preparations last night with one goal in mind.
The bottle that he took out, Emilie switched it. Oh my gosh, this is like two masterminds outsmarting each other. This guy's been plotting this plot for years, and Emilie managed to somehow outthink him.
To create a perfect accord. The accord is the basis of perfume making,
the product in its most primitive form. Ambergris mixed with cedar wood, rounded out with a base note of agar wood.
This is the scent of leather?
Exactly. We're unable to extract essential oils from leather, but by combining other raw materials, we can recreate its essence. That is the purpose of an accord.
Does that mean you can recreate any scent in the whole world?
I'm afraid not. Certain fragrances in this world are simply one of a kind. That quality is what draws people in and fuels their obsessions.
If I wear a goose to the ball, I'll also be one of a kind.
Our competitor already got their hands on it.
It doesn't matter how much it costs. I have to buy something better.
This fragrance will be one of a kind no more. Myths can be deconstructed. Miracles can be recreated. All it takes is skill, experience, limitless exploration, and a little patience.
If anyone can do it, it's Emilie.
The only thing left is determining where the real Auguste is hidden. Pretending to be attacked means he's not free to move around. Auguste must be hidden within reach.
Paimon took a peek through the window earlier and his house was packed with flowers.
The curator commissioned a flower pot from Kasharawar, capable of retaining heat and moisture.
Perfumes are as beautiful as flowers, and equally as delicate.
Oh, he
When
kept
stored,
a,
you
you
must
think he
take
kept
care
a
to
sample
control
with
the
him?
temperature and keep them away from direct sunlight.
That's what the pot would be
Did you
for?
get all that, Emilie?
I got it.
So she used the real flower to make a perfect mimic of it. And thus completely devalued it by being able to mimic it with common ingredients.
Did you hear? Someone was attacked again last night.
So, Sylvain is dead. Is that right?
Yes, Master.
So, you switched the bottles of Auguste, and then lied to me about Sylvain's
Oh,
death.
Sylvain isn't dead?
Convincing you that your revenge had been completed was the easiest way to get you to let down your guard.
That's true, because we never saw Sylvain's dead
Even
body.
if you found a way to switch out the bottles, there's no way you could have made an accord. If Auguste was so easy to replicate, Yelena wouldn't have.
It was a combination of rainbow roses, glaze lilies, and Cecilias. Those ingredients would have conflicted with each other if you tried to combine them in the past. But recently, we found a way for them to work together.
Which was? I'm not following.
Rainbow roses, glaze lilies, and Cecilias.
Those are the ones that Paimon was allergic to, right?
Auguste was created over 10 years ago. All this time, people never stopped analyzing it, never stopped trying to recreate it. Perfumery techniques are advancing day by day. We found better ways to extract essential oils, separate oils and fats. We even discovered new ways to combine fragrances together.
With modern, newer technology,
the mythos
they were
surrounding
able to
Auguste
recreate it.
may have been untouchable almost 20 years ago, but now it's time for it to become a thing of the past.
The past?
You've been working as a perfumer for all these years. You should have always known that it is possible to make an accord, even if only in theory. But the meaning you assigned to Auguste became so inflated, you allowed yourself to get lost in it, just like the perfume mania that captivated the public all those years ago. You believed in its divinity and grandeur. You believed it was entirely one of a kind.
And in the process, you forgot that it was nothing, it was a bottle of perfume, nothing more.
Your obsession with Auguste is also what allowed us to predict how you intended your plan to end, and to make preparations in advance.
We just didn't expect it to happen so fast.
Or that you would activate the delusion.
Well, you hit the nail on the head now, didn't you?
The
So,
mystery is solved.
Sylvain isn't
And Sylvain isn't even dead.
Since you've been preparing
That's
your accord
unfortunate.
since last night,
Just kidding. I mean, don't wish death
assume you've
upon
also
anybody.
figured out my
but
method, then.
hopefully,
That means the
this
news of
time he'll
Sylvain's death.
try to
The crowd
do good
gathered
things with
outside
his
the
life
hotel this
after
morning
Well, he's not getting a life
It was
after
all
prison,
an act
but anyway.
you put on with the sheriff?
Yes. If we hadn't, you might have resorted to the delusion out of desperation, or continued to use your Spirit Borneal and Auguste combination to wreak havoc.
Who knows? Maybe I would have just offed myself then and there.
I know if you had things your way, you would carry the truth of Edgar's demise and the secrets of this garden to the grave, but I'm sorry, Master. I don't want to see any more death. Sylvain only inhaled a small amount of poison. He's being detained as we speak.
Hopefully
All
he'll
the
do
crimes
some
he
good
concealed
things
back then
in his
will be
life
exposed in a court
sentence
of law for
prison.
everyone
At
to
least the
see.
Fortress of Meripede
And
does a
all
lot of
his secrets will
rehabilitation
be
programs.
revealed. The same goes for you as well.
Is that so? Well, I suppose I'll be spending the rest of my days in a prison cell then.
Whoa, he accepted that kind of fast.
Well, he has nothing else to
I don't
hold on
feel the
to.
need to justify my actions, nor do I intend to repent for them. I did what I set out to do. I may have lost in the end, but it was my choice every step of the way. And if I could do it all over again... But there's no
Really?
going
You
back.
would? If
Is
you could do it all over again, you would? Have you learned anything? That's your big takeaway? Is if you could do this all over again, you'd do it the exact same way?
Looks like
I thought the end he would realize he's been consumed by revenge and hatred.
I do have one
and
final question.
never looked at the
Emilie.
meaning of his life,
Of course,
really.
Master.
Or what his sister would have
The
actually wanted.
combination you used to make your accord. How did you figure it out?
Paimon.
The scent of Auguste is complex and varied, yet the main ingredient consists of a single
Paimon
variety
is
of
allergic
flower.
to that combination. right?
So, as I was analyzing the sample yesterday, I got to thinking, what if the scent of the Auguste flower was already imbued with that complexity during its cultivation?
You're saying Yelena designed Auguste to have the scent of multiple flowers.
Rainbow roses, glazed lilies, Cecilias. The perfumers of the past knew that if you combine their essential oils directly, they would just cancel each other out. It was a conundrum they could never
So
solve.
that's why 20 years ago Auguste was a novelty, but now that they have better ways of combining the flowers, like, well, it's just like diamonds from the ground versus lab-grown diamonds, is once the science has advanced enough that you really understand what a diamond is, you realize the lab-grown diamond is actually exactly the same as the earth-formed diamond. It's just created a lot more ethically and with a lot less rare substance. Nobody has to die for it. Oh my gosh, that's actually a perfect analogy. The fact that nobody has to die for it. The lab-grown diamond, chemically, is the same as the earth-grown diamond. The recreated Auguste is exactly the same as the original Auguste chemically, except nobody has to die or sacrifice their life to get it. And maybe that made its value go down, but in terms of ethics and saving lives, its value has just gone way up. Oh my gosh, the lab-grown diamond is actually a perfect example of this.
But if you cultivate a new flower species that intrinsically carries the unique features of those three scents, you can bypass that issue entirely. It goes without saying that for that time, this idea was a stroke of genius.
Rainbow roses, glaze lilies, and Cecilias. Those really do seem like flowers you would choose, Yelena.
Not longer after that, the Eremites rush over. Kyria accepts his fate without saying a word. Leave the secret garden. Wow, something about solving a murder mystery like that is so satisfying. After all the turmoil caused by Goose finally comes to an end. Oh, keep your appointment on the second floor of Hotel de Boer. Now we're in Fontaine! All the way back here now, after spending the whole time in Sumeru.
Did you know? Miss Emilie's releasing a new perfume.
Right. I heard about that. I think it's called Yelena.
Aww. To carry on her legacy.
Seems like everyone
Creating
in
something
Fontaine is
beautiful.
talking about the new perfume you're releasing.
I was hoping to release it without such a fuss, but the news spread way faster than I expected. I just hope it won't become the source of some new myth, especially after all the work we did to demystify a Ghost.
About this perfume, did you use the accord from back in Sumeru?
I did, although I made a few modifications to the formula to make the scent more pleasant and long-lasting. I actually brought a few samples with me today. I hope they're to your liking. Also, I was hoping you could try out the fragrance before I officially release it and tell me your thoughts.
Of course! A good sense of taste and sense of smell go hand in hand, you know? Just leave it to Paimon!
The bottle is so nice too.
Oh, it smells great!
I'm not sure that's the kind of feedback she had in mind. True, but I don't know if I'd be able to give feedback on the notes or any of those things, so it smells great is probably the extent of my feedback too.
It's alright. All feedback is worth considering. Besides, when it comes to perfume, commenting on whether it smells good is the most straightforward assessment you can ask for. There doesn't always have to be a deeper meaning.
Speaking of deeper meanings, Kyria's final question.
Do those flowers have some special meaning? Hearing their names seemed to have an effect on him.
If I had to guess, I'd say it probably has something to do with the language of flowers.
The language of flowers? Oh, we've heard of that before. Paimon remembers hearing something like, the Cecilia represents the true feelings of the prodigal son?
What each flower is said to represent varies by person and across different moments in history. The same is true for the flowers that make up the scent of a Ghost. After returning to Fontaine, I did some research, and it turns out the meanings of those 3 flowers can be reassembled to form a single phrase. Forget the past and keep on living. Perhaps that's the legacy Yelena always intended, not the nobility and grandeur most people associate with a Ghost.
Or maybe that's what she hoped for her brother. In fact, that's what I'm thinking.
You think Kyria knew about that?
If he had known... Well, he ought to have known.
I paid him a visit before his trial and explained what I found, but he didn't seem to care.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe she didn't mean anything by it at all. That was his response.
Even now then.
Yelena is gone. We'll never know what she was thinking. We can look for meaning all we want, but it'll never be anything but conjecture. Even if that is what she was trying to say, I would never be able to forget her. Avenging her death? That was the meaning I chose for my life. Kyria cultivated his revenge like a flower. He was committed to making it bloom, even if in the end, it didn't bear the fruit he was hoping for.
Kyria.
In any case, he did want me to pass along his thanks. Thank you for saving my life. For giving me the chance to learn that a Ghost could have carried a very different meaning.
Yeah.
Love and hatred are a privilege of the living. When someone dies, their thoughts, feelings, and intentions die with them. In that sense, what a Ghost truly represents in the language of flowers will forever remain a mystery.
That's really
But
deep.
even if it's only a conjecture, I would like to believe my own interpretation.
Me
The meaning
too.
we give to flowers, the symbolism we assign to our perfumes,
there's weight to
they're
that.
constantly twisted and exploited in our imperfect world. And yet, at the very outset, they're born from the simplest and most beautiful desires we hold in our heart.
Floral debt, blood dew. Whoa. He's not a ghost. Yelena. A sample of the perfume Emilie made herself. It is based on the legendary ghost fragrance chronicled in Fontaine's histories. Tilt the bottle towards the sunlight and you will see the flowing line of graceful text. Forget the past and keep on living. It's a gadget? Whoa! Oh my gosh, we can smell nice. That's so cool, the little details, right? Yeah. In the end, Kiria chose what he wanted to do with his life. I very much sense this is not what Yelena wished for him to do with his life. Wished to do with the sacrifices that she made. But I also sense that if she truly loved her brother, she would respect that this is what he chose to do, free of will. To me, it still seems like such a waste. Literally. That she wanted you to have a better life than she had, and instead you spent your life this way. But, well, once again, just a very interesting, it's incredible the way that this guy is able to lay the groundwork for his revenge so many years and years in advance, never losing his conviction to do what he did, and that Emilie was able to outsmart him. And yeah, exactly with the whole diamonds, earth diamonds versus lab-grown diamonds. In the end, it's all that they're both the same thing. The rarity is a product of the past, and whether or not we choose to consider the valuableness of the item today by that same standard, well, that's our choice, because we no longer have to obtain it by that same meaning. It's not the same. I mean, not to say that diamonds aren't awesome, okay? But, as I said, no one has to die for diamonds anymore. If we are just accept that the lab-grown diamond is the same as the diamond from the earth. And now, this Yelena perfume can just be a regular perfume on the shelf. No one has to throw their life away for it ever again. So, yay, it's another story quest done! It's late, so this is where I'll be ending off the episode. Thank you all for watching. I will see you all next time. Bye-bye! Sparkly!